buds? Welcome to WeeDnD, the hot positive live tabletop role-playing experience. I am your dungeon master for the night, Brandon Allen McClanahan, and my mug says Dungeon Master. But not for the night or Brandon Allen McClanahan, because that sticker would be too large. Thank you guys so much for being here. Holy crap, wait a minute. Do we have hype?
We got hype?
We got hype already. All right. Rules is rules. Rules is rules.
Madness.
Oh, God.
I'm alone.
Oh, barely survived the hype. Oh, goodness. Thank you guys so much for that sweet hype coming in.
Thank you.
We're almost level 2 already, guys. That's exciting. What's up, Drow? What's up, Munch? Dave Park 5, Hunting the Boojum, Lord of Lost Time, Grim Wilder, Drake, Star, Dragon. We got a bunch of the buds in the house, guys. It is so good to see you tonight. We are. There we go. Oh, we went to level 2. Brenda's Dungeon Master now. She killed me in combat. That is.
I actually a little bit stabbed you a little bit. Sorry.
You got me a little bit. It was like right as I was like, we've got this system down right now.
Yeah.
So I kind of overcommitted, and you got me in the tummy a little. But it's fine.
It's okay.
7:10. Star Dragon likes the oil. Look out. Hey.
That's fun.
Thank you guys so much for being here tonight. We are at a point. We're calling this we're doing a couple things tonight. We're doing a getting higher, where we will get high and level up our characters, so they will also. You see what I did? I've taken the term getting higher,
right,
and I've correlated it with leveling up, which is, if you think about it, a way.
What?
That's good. That's getting higher. So we're going to be getting higher tonight. We're going to be going up to level 8. We had talked about maybe trying to get together and doing it in between, but it's just like everybody's so busy right now. Like our man Drew here just won the Las Vegas Fringe Festival, so they will be performing another 2 shows this weekend. What? Careful, came in with a raid. What? Oh no! Wait! I didn't see. Welcome in, guys. Oh my gosh, if you are not following Careful Cantrip, what are you doing with your life?
Yeah.
DM Dave and all those fine people over there are some of the very best. B-Town, MC, I see you, baby. I see you. So good to see you guys. Thanks for bringing your party our way. We are, tonight we're going to be getting higher, leveling up our characters from level 7 to level 8.
Yeah, we are.
And then we're going to do a little bit of a check-in on Chapter 2. We're calling it the Chapter 2 checkpoint. But we're going to talk to you guys. We're going to ask the buds. If you have any questions for the cast or whatever, you can always throw them through. We can take you higher. What's up? Oh, Precarious in the house too. So good to see you, bud. Man, just one of the best. But yeah, we'll be kind of just a little chill vibe tonight here. We won't really be doing a proper, like a full D&D sesh, but we will be leveling up our characters, talking a little bit about where we've been, where we're going, and checking in with our players about their characters and some of the stuff that's happened in this second chapter of the Ganjaria Saga. So I'm hyped on it, man. Again, anybody out here in the a little Cree, little butt. There you go. Look out, and nice. Welcome in. But we will be we'll be chatting with you guys as we go throughout this. We're not going to be like raising the fourth wall like we do during our games. So we're with you here tonight. Feel free to shout out all your loves. And any questions and stuff that you've got for the group. We're going to be going through the level up first, and then we'll get to the Chapter 2 checkpoint. But first, let me pass this joint. There's nothing wrong with it. Over to Mike. What? Precarious dropping all these gift subs. What are you doing? Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness, guys. That's another high. We got to go up. That's level 5.
Yeah.
I'm back, bitch. That's how many subs he gifted.
Dang.
Wow.
Dang.
Jeez, man. What a beautiful. Oh my gosh. You guys are the best.
Guys?
I'm keeping the sword though, because I don't trust Brenna anymore.
It's murder.
Keeping it right in my tummy.
Right where she stabbed me in the stomach. It'll be fantastic.
That's actually a pocket for later. I did you a favor.
So I'm going to pass this. Thank you guys so much for all the love and support. Obviously, we are such huge fans of you all as human beings. All you wonderful people, man, seriously, it's just so good to see your names. I would say faces, but I don't actually see your faces. And in fact, I constantly laugh. Other than those of you that like I've seen your streaming channels and stuff, I have no idea what you look like, and I have a thought in mind for everybody. I don't know. Like, I'm like, this is probably what that person looks like. There's no way I'm even close to right. So I was about to pass this joint here, but I hadn't lit it yet. So
Light that joint. Light that joint. Light that joint. Light that joint.
I did. I did
Light
it.
that joint.
He did it. He did it. He did it.
He did it.
This is the best. You got
Shrimp fried rice.
I need you.
Shrimp fried rice. Shrimp fried rice.
Shrimp fried rice. I'm doing the thing. That's how I shrimp fry my rice.
A tiny motorcycle.
A little tiny one.
A little tiny one. By the power of Grayskull. Jesus.
Oh my God, I love these human beings. Speaking of human beings that I love, I'm going to pass this little joint through the magic fibers of Nicole Unger to my dear and wonderful friend, Brandon Folger. Brandon, how you doing, girl?
Ah, yeah, baby! Ow! Woo, 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 woo! Hi, everybody. I'm Brandon Folger. You also know me as Pickles on Weed.
Pickles.
The milk.
Lemon.
Lemon. And I was just thinking about my fairy.
I've got one.
I got one.
When you're queer.
Her name's
Your family.
Stephanie. I was thinking about my favorite Gary Oldman performance, and I really love him in Fifth Element.
God damn it! Bitch, how you just gonna take Fifth Element out like that? All right, I know what it is though, but it's never gonna make it to me. I'm not gonna get the fifth. There's so many Gary Oldman movies though. So.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
But the one I'm thinking
But,
of will never make it.
It's okay to have the same one because that just means we have good taste.
I suppose.
And I'm older, so technically. my
But
taste
I'm gonna go with
You think
his
you're older.
performance in The
I am older.
Professional.
Look at this streak.
Yeah, it's so good. He's
Or
an asshole.
Leon, if you're watching it in French.
Don't you take.
She just took mine, bro. So like
Yeah,
that's what's gonna
all right.
happen.
We'll see who's Leon the Professional. All right. What are we smoking? We've got, let's see, I've got some Fire
a
OG.
joint.
I've also got some President Huckleberry, one of my favorite strains.
Cool.
And we got some White Tahoe.
Okay, excellent.
Nice.
That's beautiful. You threw
so-
a bag at me. Which one was that?
I think I threw the White Tahoe at you. She was like, I need weed, and I just threw it back.
Yeah, I was like, oh no, I need weed
witnessed
for my,
it.
and then it was, just, yeah, it was beautiful. White Tahoe.
White Taco.
White Taco.
It's like White Castle and Taco Bell together, or Del Taco.
Dude, that'd be tight little
Yeah.
tiny tacos.
Oh
Delicious,
yeah.
though.
Oh my God.
Little baby
Genius
tacos.
idea. We shouldn't have put it online though.
Yes, they've already stole it.
No, I
Amazon's
like it.
It's already
bringing it out
done.
tomorrow. I'm using this like a microphone right now. I don't know why.
Well,
welcome to Weed&d, everybody. Have your pet spit ended.
Oh man, we're almost level five.
Level
High
five.
five.
Level high five.
Wow.
Level high five.
Hold on.
We're at 69%.
69. Oh.
69%. Nice.
We got the mood light.
So
on, too.
yeah.
Oh shit.
You guys know me. I'm Drew. I'm high. We're having fun. Our show at the Las Vegas Little Theater won Best of Fringe Festival. So we got one more weekend. Booyaka Shah.
Congratulations.
I'm gonna pass this joint through the magical fibers of
gosh.
Jake
Whoa.
to my good friend Nicole.
Nicolaj.
Nicolaj.
Nicolaj, that's me. Thank you, Drew.
Thank you.
Oh, friendship.
Hi, I'm Nicole Unger. You know me as Enra, now Shamira. My favorite Gary Oldman. Fifth Element is mine too. I'm gonna say the same thing.
You
'cause I
can.
can't think. Okay, great. That's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah,
it's fun.
Because we're brothers.
We're brothers.
We're brothers.
We're
And also,
We're brothers.
And also we're brothers.
What about you, Jake? I'm gonna pass this back to you.
Oh my God, magical fiber.
Magical fiber.
And the falling cushion. Thank you very much, Nicole.
You're so
Jake
welcome.
Taylor here as Zymokai Brekla, the Inquisitor. Level 7 for now, Necromancer.
For now.
For now.
For now.
But
Gary Oldman, that's a tough one because he is like the chameleon of actors.
I was gonna say the channel.
one of the greatest
He
of all time.
played as Dracula.
Yeah, he was Dracula.
He was. I just looked up his list of movies.
It's extensive.
It's so many.
It's so many, and it's always way more than you think. And
Yeah.
you're like, oh my God, he was that guy.
That was when it was
Batman's
Gary
come on.
Youngman.
Yeah.
Gary Youngman.
Youngman.
I'm gonna give him props though, especially because he acted through so many prostheses with Hannibal, where he was the bedridden victim whose face got chewed off.
Yeah.
Right.
And he still did such a good performance without any lips or anything. I'm like, Gary Oldman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely forgot.
He's everybody.
He's everyone.
While we're smoking, speaking of smoking, Gary Oldman.
Gary Oldman.
Sliders up to Gary Oldman.
Yeah, light us up.
you agree?
Light us up.
Light us up, Gary.
Oh, I would agree. Sliders up to Gary Oldman.
What?
He finally got his he got his Oscar, right, for when he was
Was he Churchill?
Churchill,
Yeah.
yeah.
He didn't need it.
Well deserved. He was one of those
people,
guys.
it's like, oh, who's Churchill? Gary
Gary
Oldman.
Oldman, yeah.
He takes off the mask.
Yes, it was him all along. Thanks for World War II, bro.
Bloody got you.
I bloody got you. I am actually going to be going along with my my good and beautiful friend Drew. Gary Oldman, Leon the Professional, the like eating the pill, cracking the
God.
neck. It's just like I can still feel that performance even now, and it's important.
Like people don't.
And also, from behind. That's how long my hair is now. I just keep my sword in it.
You're like Wonder Woman. Oh, their dress.
Wow.
I'm just like
He is a good Gordon. He's a good Gordon, Sean.
basically like Wonder Man. So yeah, guys, that's our favorite Gary Oldman. Anybody doing any cool projects? Got anything coming up?
I'm producing a show.
Heck
Oh yeah, I did that.
Tell me about it.
Hey, so it's at the Red Dwarf,
The Red Dwarf.
which is a bar in Las Vegas. Hello. And it's on the 22nd.
It's just a guy, a red
There's
dwarf on the
another.
corner.
This is a dude. You gotta go up to him and you go,
He
"Can
does
I have
show.
a beer?" And he says no, and hits you.
Do they need someone to do that? I'm free.
Yeah. After your run of your show, after your winning run, you're free.
Let's
Not
just
right
like
now.
next weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's done. So yeah, if they need a guy to play the Red Dwarf, and be like,
Dead.
"Do you need another beer?"
No. Yeah. No. So it's called No Cover, and it is a roulette, D20 roulette burlesque show where each performer has to roll a D20, and there's a list of 20 songs, and whatever they roll, they get, and they have to perform to it. It costs nothing to get inside. Tips are very much encouraged. The pizza there is really good. They got really good drinks. It's a good time. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing that on Thursday, the 22nd, and that's this Thursday, the 22nd.
That's like coming up.
Yeah, I did
I'm
it.
bartending.
I did it.
It's Tuesday now.
It's Tuesday.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's Tuesday.
How late does that go? Because I have tournament, but I could maybe come
It's
after.
from 9 to 11.
I could probably make like the last 30 minutes.
Yeah,
Maybe I'll swing
I mean,
by.
It's pretty dope.
Maybe I'll
It's good
swing by.
pizza. It's pretty
It is
cool.
good pizza.
And yeah, it's gonna be wild. I'm gonna try to like get. My goal is to get people very drunk, so I'm trying to come up with like as many like drinking things as possible, and I don't know, find all sorts of reasons to drink. And rolling the D20 is super fun too. They do that at that bar. They have like a special called the Dungeon Masters Challenge, where it's like $13 and you like roll a D20 and you get a shot in whatever beer you got from their 20
Nice.
20 list.
It's so much fun.
Yeah, so I was like, well then I'll do that.
I'll do
It's
that.
your bar. Like
Fucking
they just wanted me to come up with something that
Yeah, that's
works in
dope.
that bar.
That
So I
sounds
was
like a lot of
fuck,
fun.
let's do it. So yeah, I'm gonna do that on Thursday, the 22nd of June, and July 6th as well. And then that's
Nice.
Yeah.
fun.
That's another Thursday, isn't it?
Yeah,
That's a Thursday.
Thursdays are their open days.
Hey, that's fun.
You got Fringe, right? We got Fringe
We got
coming up for you
Fringe
this
Friday.
weekend.
Yeah,
Friday,
Friday and
Saturday.
Saturday at 8 if you're local.
I'll be going Saturday.
Yep.
Nicole's in a movie that won something.
I am. I have a short film right now going to festivals called Miss Goodwitch, and it's winning awards, which is really exciting.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm the lead in it, and it's also the first time I was part of the producing team, so I was a producer on
awesome.
it, which was really fun.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah.
Fucking rad. Congratulations.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
And Jake's wearing
Congratulations to
suspenders.
you dapper fuck.
He's blocked. He saved the suspenders. I'll get him. I'll get him.
Not the suspenders.
You could sheet.
Take me, not my suspenders.
Stephanie's gonna kidnap
Oh, wait,
my
are you-
show. I just forgot about that. I remembered. Sorry, I didn't forget. I remembered. You can tell because I remembered because I said it.
It's a good scratcher.
Wait,
too.
kidnap your show? What?
She's in a kitten, so she picks up all the toes and the tips.
Sword spenders.
She meow
Sword
meows.
spenders.
Hey, sword
She's gonna be the Gary Oldman.
Nice.
That's what I mean. Perfect. So you have stage kittens and stage Gary Oldmans, and you just kind of decide what you're gonna be, and I will call you as such.
I love it.
Perfect.
That's fantastic.
Perfection.
I love that.
I've got we're doing some shot spears. We just booked some in Canada. We're gonna be doing. We'll be up in Edmonton, Canada, which I believe is Alberta, the capital of Alberta. Edmonton in August. So I know we have like some Canadian buds and we have some Canadian connections.
Cool.
I've hit up a couple of the other D&D streamers like Blackwater's in Canada and Vancouver.
Oh, yeah.
They're not in Alberta. They're not. So I was like, y'all have to come, and they're like, it's Canada. It's like just
Right.
as big.
It's as big as America.
Yeah,
is.
it's huge. So, but to me, I was like, I'll be in Canada. This is perfect. And they're like, which province? And I was like, I don't know. Canada. I'm sorry. Is that like a state? It's like a state, right? It is, I think. That's the answer I settled on. All right, guys. Anything else? Any other exciting things?
I've been having a blast this month doing the Kaijun project. It's like
John.
Sorry.
it's one of those art challenges where they like give you a prompt for every day of the month, and you have to draw a kaiju. So like a Godzilla, King Kong, gigantic
City
monster.
destroying.
It's all lizards and apes.
They've been
So I've been
cool.
playing that, just doing like daily drawings. Sean behind the scenes has been doing them too.
Shout out to our
Giuseppe.
studio
Yeah,
manager.
Giuseppe.
And it's
so
been a hoot.
good.
And love to Dirty Davy, because just all the love on that. It's
Hell
just
yeah,
a fellow
Dirty
artist
Davy.
and a really damn good one. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, thank you.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we love us some Dirty Davy.
Throat
Long time,
flowing
bud.
cry.
Long time, bud.
Long time, bud.
Long time, bud, bro.
Dirty Davy.
Yeah, Kaijun's been a blast, and if people like dig the idea,
Doesn't sound
they
right.
also do Kaiju July.
Oh, sweet.
If you miss June,
Hopping
there's
on
also
Kai
that.
July.
So yeah, just like look up like
more fun to
Kaiju July
say.
prompt list if you want to draw some monsters.
Dude,
and
do it.
It's super fun and
Do
it's
it.
It's just nice. It's relaxed.
Draw a monster,
Yeah.
guys.
Draw a monster.
Draw a monster.
Draw a
Draw
monster.
him.
Draw 'em.
Drawer.
You're never going to
yourself
see
a
him
man.
or star him.
Draw
So
it.
you might as well draw him.
All right, guys. I mean, we do have us a little ritual we like to do around here. Maybe you've heard about it. Maybe you haven't. We like to take a lighter like this. Deep Roots Harvest, a local dispensary here in town. Lighter. Make sure you're not going to light any of your friends, family, or household butts on fire and go. Lighters up.
Yeah.
Let's get higher, guys.
Okay.
WeeDnD, high fantasy, literally for you and me. So load up bowl and make a roll to take control. WeeDnD.
Why?
All right. So, guys, we are. Oh, what's up, Double T? Welcome in the house. I see Cardman out there, Director Dude, Hufflepuff.
Double tizzle.
Me.
You know who I don't see? Is definitely alive. I
Keep
bet.
those hands up.
I bet. I bet.
There better not be a cell phone in that
Grim Wilder.
Hair.
Great to see you guys.
What? I'm not.
Nothing.
I'm just not saying anything.
Feel free.
Funny,
Again,
like-
we'll be interacting with chat throughout this session here. So feel free. If you ever have any questions for the cast or myself, or any of the people behind the screen or anything, just drop them in and we'll get to them. But first, we are going to level us up, guys. We're going to be getting higher. We do have us a little ritual. I almost started the show again. We have where we will roll.
What?
We roll lighter. We
Oh,
make sure
man.
we don't burn any.
Where we? Oh, I just need to grab my badass bitch pen. Look out! Oh, I'm such a badass bitch. So that I can write it down. But what order? We're gonna be rolling d20s, guys. Bren, Neek, Dre. I could just write the W and it would be Drew, but I'm doing like a 3-letter thing. Same thing with Jake. It's just Jack.
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 Good game, Jack and Daxter. Like,
I got Bre. I got Nick. I got Dre. I got Jack.
Brennick Dreadjack.
Brennick Dreadjack. Scourge of the 7 Seas.
Brennick
Oh,
Dreadjack.
what's up, Shadows? Good to see you, baby.
What's gonna happen?
What are we doing?
Rolling for
got
who
a
levels
3.
up. So Nicole's got a 3.
Why the fuck are
Brenda
we
got a
doing
5.
that?
Yeah,
I
what's
don't want to roll for that.
Oh, just have yourself a roll.
How's the 16 doing?
16 will do just
16
fine.
did just
I'll do fine for you,
Alright,
boy.
then.
Fine for you, I said.
Fine for me.
How about a 5?
A 5! You got 2 5s!
A 5!
You guys gotta roll off.
High fives all around. for everyone.
You gotta roll one more time.
Roll again.
Roll another d20.
What?
It's a roll off, everyone.
It's a 5 off.
You've got to 5.
It's a 5
Oh, you've got
bring
to
out 2
5
5s.
there, lad.
Grab your dicks. Grab your dice. It's a roll off.
1, 2, 3, 17.
What do you get with 2 5s? 10.
All right, so Brenda gets the 5 plus. Jack gets the 5 minus. All right, which means our boy Lucy Lamore, you have some explaining to do.
Oh my goodness! I swear to God, I did not know it's my turn. So.
Hey, what are you? What are you, Elias Broussard over here? That guy's in love with you. He's got him on the mind. Hey, that dude went heavy on.
He's all right. He's all right.
He was picking up what you were putting down, bruh.
He's piqued a little interest, but
all right, so this will apply to everybody across the board, actually. Level 8 is one of those interesting levels where you don't get a ton of other things.
Not a whole lot.
They are extremely powerful character upgrades that you get at every 4th level. They're called APIs, or ability point increases. You can add 1 to 2 of your stats. Oh, I'm sorry, my music's actually playing on this. You can add 1 to 2 different stats, plus 2 to 1 stat, which would automatically boost you up a bonus grade because it's every time it rolls on an even, or take a feat. So that's actually going to apply to all you across the board. If there's any of those particular things that interest you or you want to look them up in the meantime, you can go. But Lucian Lamore, we've just had kind of a big character beat with your guy here. You as your mentor, Brandimir.
A whisper of him, I guess.
Yeah, like a little ghosty outline of the irony of a ghost of Brandimir reaching out to a ghost slayer.
Right?
I still think on that.
I feel like I'm eating Chef Boyardee's worst-selling pasta. Irony.
Would you look at all this irony? If we're asking questions, I want to know if Nicole was always planning Shaymira.
Yes, Shaymira was planned from the very beginning.
From the inception.
The very beginning.
It was, I will say too, just to briefly step away from Lucy, when that was going to be revealed and how I was like the story skirted toward it a few different ways. But it was a lot of fun with Nicole, especially because Nicole's a phenomenal performer, a pro across the board. And so it's like the do your work at home stuff she took care of, but also like being a newer player. And us when we pitch to actors, we're always like, well, it's acting first, and then like all the D&D milieu I will help you with along the way. Mm-hmm. And so Shaymira was really this awesome. We had like a game within the game.
Yeah.
And so it was like a cool chance to be like, okay, here's what's happened. Like, how do we want to kind of adjust this, or is it now? Are we? And I told her never to tell me when it was actually going to happen. That was something I was going to let her make that choice as a character. Mm-hmm. And then we had Pickles following her around and learning information and stuff. So it was just one of those things that was just like it was such a cool gift especially for a new player. It really felt like as that's in between stuff kind of helped define those at table moments just as much as anything else. So
yeah, some of my favorite things were like, Bam, you and I would have these looks and be like, we know. Or like when no one else was in the room yet, we'd be like, nobody knows. Nobody's figured it out. It was great.
Yeah, we had the art for Shaymira has been around as long as the art for Enra. Mm-hmm. And I remember it was up on the computer screen one day and everybody's walking into the thing and I was like, nobody knows, but nobody knows. They wouldn't know who that is. They would just see that there's some art for a character. And then I went over and deleted it and I was like, it was a sweet little secret. Drew, could you leave some handsome for the rest of us?
Ooh.
Because you seem to be bogarting it. Johnny Can't Rock, welcome in, brother. So good to see you.
I thought I heard him whisper in my ear.
Hey, T Prime's in the house,
Wait,
too. Another one of our fellow DMs. Yeah. All right, so, but yes, that was part of the plan all along. And some of it shaped as the events came as well. I think there's a certain strength to vagueness in some of those moments so that as the story unfolds, it kind of matches up to what is happening. Because when you make a character, you don't know it yet. You have to play it a few times. Mm-hmm. And so rather than, I think, answering everything, I like a template of some big events and then give my player freedom to know that if they were one time this thing happened to me, I would go with them with the lore, you know what I mean? That it's like that kind of thing. I think it's important for a player to tell their own history, not me to give them a history. And I think Shamir was a great example of that. Like we kind of got to like visit the character in a whole bunch of different ways. But how did it feel coming in for you?
Amazing! Oh my gosh, it was so much fun. I'm just having a blast, like getting to be at the table and like play this time, and creating Shamir and Enra and maybe other characters that we've already talked about. Who knows? We'll see what happens. It's just been a blast, and like you kind of giving me like, tell me this part, and me figuring it out, and then as the story is going, kind of adding to those things that we were talking about before. I just felt safe and excited to just explore this character and play this game with everybody.
It's funny because this is almost like a behind the greens, which you used to
I
host. Nicole was the host. If you haven't seen them, we used to do the behind the greens series. We did them a lot more then, but now that we're just like every week in the studio, it's a little harder to voice. That's kind of a little bit what this is as well. So as you can see, like Drew, I like bounced out of your level up, but I think that's kind of the vibe. Feel free to throw questions out.
Dude, it's
feel
fine.
free to participate.
We're chilling.
Oh, I see Kathy made it as well. Kathy, we were shouting out your win. I keep doing that. No, you don't know which one's Kathy.
They don't know.
Then I was going to say the name, which would verify exactly. Then you would know. But we were obviously they just got here recently, though. Like you can piss these pieces. We don't need a scientist working on this.
We're not being stalked by
Say my name. It's Smilesies. It's Smilesies.
Kathy, save us! Kathy!
All right, breathe. Touch the table. Smell something. Think something. Taste something.
Oh,
Oh, the
butane.
places you'll taste. All right.
I smell Nicole's shoulder so hot.
So hot.
I love you guys.
I smell that shoulder.
All right, so another character that I love that we've gotten to do some pretty great character building with, my man Lucy. Again, 8th level. For most classes, honestly, I kind of went and looked overall, and I was like, like you'll get a spell, like there's not a ton. But APIs are extremely powerful. Honestly, maybe the most strength to your character occurs on this level. It's just not super flashy like some of the other levels where you get a bunch of class abilities. But you will have 2 things to decide. One, which we'll do first, is your ability score improvement. Would you like to add +1 to 2 different of your stats? I think we have those. I'd have to look it up.
Oh, on Beyond.
Yeah, I've got D&D Beyond right here actually, but I thought we had them on one of the layouts too, where we can pull the character sheets out. But it's not that big a deal.
Welcome to.
But yes, you will get to choose if you need if you have your stats there.
No, I've got it written down here. I mean, intelligence is what a lot of my skills and shit are based off of. I've got a 14 in it now, so it's a +2. Putting that, it puts it up to a +3, but still, I'm quite a bit of ways from the max of that. So I think instead of doing that, I'm just going to put 1 into Constitution, 1 into Wisdom, and they're both 13, so that would put it up to 14. Now I just got 2 and 2 in that.
Diversify the bonuses around.
Got a pretty solid, other than my strength.
So now Con will retroactively give you a hit point per level. So when your Constitution rolls up to an even number, you then get +1 for every level that you've been. So you'll
Super
automatically
nice.
get, as you're going into level 8 more hit points. So actually it'd be 7 more, and then you will factor your Con modifier into your hit point roll, which is what will be next.
Wow.
So +1, let me match it here on this character sheet. You said +1
yes.
to Con
and Wisdom.
and Wisdom. All right, perfect. And then we reach a point where, if you've been a fan of the show for a while, or if you've watched any of our Getting Hires before, the part where I mercilessly taunt my players into sometimes making questionable decisions. As we know, when you level up, there is the option where you can roll your hit dice, which I believe you're a D10. Is that correct?
I am a D10.
So a D10, and add your Constitution modifier, which for you is now even higher, +1 to that. Or
it's now, yeah.
like a coward. Hi, Christina. So good to see you. Thanks for joining us tonight. Yes, just that we need to see something, say something. That's so good. Uranus, what's up? Good to see you, bud. Sorry, I'm just catching up. Nicholas and look at that. Yeah, that's right. We're talking to the box tonight, guys, and Grim Wilder.
Yeah, box talking.
We're box talking.
Welcome to box
We're talking
talk.
a lot of mad box here tonight, guys. A lot of
We're
mad
just sitting here
box.
talking about boxes.
Box talk.
Or you can take the coward's way out. Take the average +1. They would consider it be the average, but they roll it up. It would be like in his case, he would get 6 plus his Con modifier for the, it's like just like you would give a baby a diaper, so that it doesn't pee and poop all over itself, but in a contained diaper unit. Or with some bravado, some strength, some, that leadership quality, that indefinable quality that defines both a man and a powerful woman. You could roll for it and let the gods decide. However, to offset, because I do mercilessly taunt my players, I also roll their hit dice in that case that they roll. And they have the option of choosing mine or theirs, but I give them no cue, which is which. So, what's that studio rate? Oh my gosh, they're coming.
Sloan.
They're coming. Sloan, Kathy, people
Sloan
know.
and Kathy.
People know where this is. Don't come get us.
Oh, wait, are they
We are prepared to fight.
Welcome to the Thunderdome.
My cat will meow at you.
Meow.
So Drew,
Yeah.
Lucian Lamore, Thoricus Onyx Heart, Sir Digby Molegington III.
Whoa.
What you gonna do with all that dice?
I'm gonna roll.
I respect and applaud
Yes.
you, sir. All right.
I'm gonna take yours.
Are you sure?
Yep.
It's a 9. I rolled a 9. I rolled super good.
Holy shit!
I rolled what'd you roll?
A 1.
A 1. I'm smoking on it because we're not gonna be rolling d20s. So I'm gonna smoke. Let's call that a
Oh,
shit.
touch that.
What up, Goku?
That's a shame.
That is. Ooh.
Goku, you've been such a sweetheart in our Discord community. I love the
Seriously.
experience of new buds when they find the show, and man, you've been lighting my fire quite a bit. Thank you so much for sharing your joy of this thing, and thanks for being here tonight. And look at that dope art too. That's the actual pencil art.
Oh my god, look.
Yeah, with the shit crit.
Nice.
That's the actual hand pencil drawing of that new Vlad piece, which I will be sharing.
So pretty.
We can't touch it because it's got pencil all over it. I don't want to
Touch with your eyes.
No smudgeness. No smudgeness.
No, and there's a smudge.
We're doing good, man. We're leveling up, and we're gonna checkpoint in with chapter 2. We're gonna check in with you guys. If you have any questions about the show, feel free to throw them out. We will address them as we go. So Drewby, you got 9. What is your con modifier?
It is now +2.
+2. So you'll get 11.
11.
And then you'll add 7 more hit points.
Oh, okay.
So you go up 18 hit points.
Okay.
Oh, diggity
Okay,
dang.
so that was gonna be 75, and you said +7, so that's 82 now.
82.
What? Amazing.
Wow.
Lucy.
You'll never die.
But the fact that you hurt
I
yourself.
was like,
you
but
say
yeah,
it.
everyone remembers that for me to do all my cool shit, I literally have to hurt
After this
myself,
blood,
right?
Yeah.
I need all the HP I can get.
All right.
Stocking up.
Yeah, it's for that stamina, for whatever smoke showdown it's gonna be between either Drugal or Leos. Or,
Drew Gall, bro. I don't know how
Leos.
hot you guys think he is, but it's like the hottest guy in the world in my mind. Drew Gall is so hot.
Drugal
I kind
or
of know my
Leos
type
Broussard.
because of like how often I think about Drew Gall.
That's good. It's good to know. You just
It's basically just Ryan
know
Reynolds with dark hair.
thyself.
That's basically it. Like the crow jacket. He plays guitar.
yeah.
He writes poetry, but it's good.
right.
Poetry.
Better
All right.
It's like
good,
Edgar
yeah.
Allan. Whoa.
So there we go. A little wiser, a little more con, and a little more able to take your own blood and turn it into magic. Honestly, I think that's all the. It's like
It really
8th
is.
level is really just that kind of thing,
It's just
isn't it?
so lackluster.
Well, it's like feats can. It is like it's weird because I consider a lot of my character play a little power gamery. But I play with players that play that way, and there's usually only 2 of us playing. So it's like to offset the difficulty rating of only having 2 players, we tend to make like a little stronger. Like all our decisions are made for like stupid non-character driven ones. I've stopped playing that way, and I'm having way more fun. But back in the day, 4s, 8s, 12s, some of my favorite levels because it was like when I made my character, I offset odd numbers to add up one day to some stat boost.
Oh,
and then like feats.
you just wait.
Ooh, yeah, exactly. Ooh, 3 points, and it's all I need. But feats also. Feats are super cool ways to kind of focus in and beef up certain areas of your characters.
I didn't do that to you today, but I have a feeling that someone is gonna hit you with some feet.
See, there's been a
these
stinky suspicion over on this side of the room. Brenna keeps saying she's got something for me, and I'll find out soon because it's going to be her turn soon. So.
But yes, thank you for rolling so superbly hot for me.
You're welcome. Yeah, dude, right here. And you know what? All right, so remember when we were monster mashing and there was the concept that you guys might have to fight me?
Yeah.
But the battle was so perfect that we just ended it there.
So
I broke out some of my dice. Like the dice.
That's why I
scary dice?
I saw the empty bag and I was like, what dice are you using over there, guy?
Yeah.
Excuse me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I've got a sack of dice of my own. I've played D&D almost freaking 30 years now.
Yes.
And as most players do, you find genetic mutants that roll to your favor more often than not. We'll call it luck or just bad dice making. But I have this yellow set that is like my bomber. Like it's just like this D20 will roll me hot. I'm just gonna roll right now. All right, it was a 4, so it kind of didn't help. It didn't help what I was
He
going
went in
for.
stage fright. He's like,
Don't talk about it.
He's teaching you a lesson. He's
That's
like,
it. He's like, it's luck sometimes.
be humble.
No, so I've got my hot dice out for you guys for these hit point rolls. So, all right. You got any? That's it. That's
it for me.
level
Thank you,
8.
sir.
Lucien Lamore.
Appreciate it.
I do have, when I come back to you, however, after we've leveled up the other characters, do we have a name for your training grounds yet?
I had some things written down.
Okay. I'm going to
So
say let's settle on one.
Okay.
Because obviously you'll be going back to it sooner than I want to know.
Right. Let me find where I wrote that down.
All right.
When? Oh, do you want it now? Or-
No.
You said
no,
later,
I said
right?
I'll come back to you. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Which will, if we are done with my boy Dre, because I've with 2 4 names, I've just written the first 3 letters. This takes us to. Oh, Brandon Foldy. Foldy. Pickles on Wii, as well as Pickles on Wii, as well as Brunor, the Serpent Slayer.
That's me.
Slay. Cha. Certifiable badass. Cha. We
It's me, it's your boy.
It's your boy. Well, after you threatened me with these upcoming potentials, Pickles on Wii, Cuddle Forged, a homebrew of our making, basically using the Tasha's creation tool.
Yeah.
You are faced with the same. I'm kind of just blowing wind while I get to the page that I need to be at.
Oh god.
Boom.
Yeah, I'll talk a little bit.
Do it.
So yeah, I'm a Cuddle Forge, which is it was like a mixture between like a War Forged and like a stuffed animal. But then we come to find out that Pickles is not full of stuffing, but full of guts and organs and blood and things, and he just in the first adventure, first episode, it's like, holy shit!
Yeah.
Whole world changed, has become aware of his mortality, straight up, and then, he is now, obsessed with death, because I accepted Way of the Long Death, as a monk.
Yeah.
And then I also, I took a feat and was Fey touched.
True.
Yeah.
Because we've created a little thing called the Dream Weave, which is like a half Fey, half, mind world. And so the Dream Weave, with all your contacts through, protecting children from their nightmares, it kind of fit the background and also gave you access to some pretty cool abilities.
Yeah, and I'm sure when we get back around, we can fully get into Pickles' history and stuff like that. But fully. But so that's who they are. So I would like to take a feat.
Ooh, okay. We're putting our feet in our monk.
Yeah, I just want a couple more things to do.
All right, so I'm pulling it up. Here we go. We've got choose a feat. Thanks, D&D Beyond. So I sense some bravado from you as we've approached this. I've never seen you quite. She's got her pencil behind her ear. She's holding her phone up, potentially take a picture of me.
With Dave Clark.
Okay, Dave Clark's don't fuck around either, bro.
No.
He was like, yeah, get Hex. I was like, my man Dave, I see you on
Yeah,
there.
he was the one that was like, it'd be great. Yes. Okay, so I would like to take telekinetic.
Oh, I just want to see your little face while it happens.
So, I know you're gonna tell me no.
Telekinetic. Give it to me. No, I'm not.
Okay, I was
I'm
like,
not
you said I want to see your face, you want to watch me fucking be brokenhearted.
I'm not super keen on shutting down options. There are if I'm playing certain games, there's certain things, but I allow Lucky, which is one of the very powerful ability in the game. I don't shut down almost anything.
Okay.
So tell us about your telekinesis,
So
Pickles.
I can have telekinetic. I would like to. You learn to move things with your mind, granting you the following benefits: increase your intelligence, wisdom, or charisma score by 1 to a maximum of 20. You learn the Mage Hand cantrip. That's all I want.
Yeah.
You can cast it without verbal or somatic components, and you can make the special hand invisible. If you already know the spell, its range increases by 30 feet when you cast it. Its spellcasting ability is the ability increased by this feat. As a bonus action, you can try to telekinetically shove one creature so you can see within 30 feet of you. When you do so, the target must succeed on a strength saving throw, a DC 8 plus your proficiency bonus, plus the ability modifier of the score increased by this feat, or be moved 5 feet toward you or away from you. A creature can willingly fail this save.
Yeah, so you can push allies away with, just be like, if you're trying to get them out of a, a range.
brain shove.
Right.
Yes. How heavy is Pickles on Wii?
He's not that heavy. So lightweight. But I'm okay with that. All I want is a very familiar skeletal hand
Okay.
that maybe, I'm gonna negotiate with you. Maybe the deal is that I have to roll something to see if he helps me or not.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
Cause like I get it. Like I'm kind of a fucking tricksy little
Yeah.
little person.
Well, also, depending on the strength of yourself, if I'm not mistaken, you can
like you're
summon an invisible hand that can carry you and flies. I don't even know if we've gone that deep into it, but if I'm not mistaken, Mage Hand can hold up to like 30 pounds or
30,
something.
Yeah.
So, and I can't imagine Pickles is more than 30 pounds. So, I believe now you.
Can I just throw knife? No.
Yes.
So like I'm just wondering. That's what I was putting on the table. If
Yeah.
it was like. If there was something where like monks can't get it or like whatever the deal is, I was gonna.
There's no requisite for this specific feat. You are sacrificing some of your stat upgrades to get it, so it's it offsets. I also know you, and so it's like having played many games with you, allowing you that resource to go into the way that we approach some of our crazier battles is only going to be a joy for me. So I'm not. You can't break my game. I'm not afraid.
Well, I didn't want to just. I know that. I just didn't want to do anything that would.
I do like the idea that sometimes, though, I can have you roll.
I'm okay with that.
And maybe it goes
That's
rogue.
kinda funny,
but
yeah.
only if it's funny. Like, that's,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, that's really the only, like, I don't think this is so powerful that, this is kind of an old joke among some DMs as well, like a small enough creature that can cast a Mage Hand that can carry it. Now you can kind of fly. Also, you have to use your bonus action, which as a monk you're often using for flurry of blows and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, there's enough mechanic balance in this. And
basically flies
you know
around.
me, it's like, I just see a lot of potential in the storyline of this, and it doesn't like make you this like unkillable menace or anything. So I'm totally happy with taking this approach.
Rules Explained said that technically Mage Hand can only hold up to 10
Only
pounds.
10 pounds. Now a 10-pound teddy bear seems pretty heavy to me. So I feel like you might be at that range, but maybe we would talk about like you wouldn't be able to have your equipment on you. You know what I mean? Like like you could have the tambourine and your cigarettes, but like a bag that has any of your possessions, your potions and stuff, maybe you have to like ditch the bag to
Well, it
fly.
could probably have something to do with like if throwing me is one thing, but like helping me up somewhere, which
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't normally really need.
Yeah.
I can
Right, it's
jump
like
up
you
to,
can go
50
anywhere.
feet.
Yeah.
I'm more so thinking I have ways that I want to use this, and it'll be fun to it'll be fun every single
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's fantastic. So
But I'm okay. I'm totally.
I'm
okay
with it.
It's hilarious if you make me roll some sort of wild. Yes, it is Divot's hand.
Divot's hand.
That's why I'm leaving it. It's up to Divot. Like Divot will probably. He's really chill. He's always gonna help out. But every once in a while he'll be like, "But you could probably do this." Fun. Yeah.
yes. And shout out
It'd be
Divot,
funnier if I did it.
played by Gus Langley.
Yeah.
Say lighters up for motherfucking
Lighters up.
Gus.
Gus Langley.
I will 100% light us up for 2 blunts.
During the old two blunts Langley
Touch my
himself.
game.
I'm actually gonna smoke for it too. Holy shit. So yes, we have a 76 session prologue of us playing digitally during the COVID times. And Divot was started as a bard, became a warlock, died, came back, became the servant of death, and then took over his domain. So in
tired
Ganjaria,
of it.
he's actually death. So the spectral hand of death is called to you.
And I thought it could like help, but I'm leveling up, so I'm getting closer to like what I want, and like I'm learning a lot more.
What's also interesting is you just saw the bar. You know what I mean? Like that place where, if you're in the first chapter of the Saga of Ganjaria, there was that moment after you learned the way of the long death where you peered into the other place and you saw Divot, drinking his shot of blood. But inside this bar, and then you recently saw a vision of all the Cuddle Forged and the Lord of Lost Time, who's with us in chat right now, which is pretty great.
Yay! He wrote the Lord of Lost Time in the chat. Literally wrote the lore book for
the lore
Pickles
of Lost Time.
His little golden book.
His little book.
What
his little book.
the Lord wrote.
And you saw Lord of Lost Time as well as the Cuddle Forged trapped outside of that same bar. So I like the connection to it, the pounding on the door.
Connection.
The connection.
Dude, unlock the door.
So which charisma, intelligence, or wisdom? Which one are you boosting with this? Some feats, instead of obviously because they cost you the ability to add to 2 stats. Some feats actually just give you a +1 in a certain stat. So that's pretty nice. So if you have an odd numbered one of those, a +1 would bring it to an even, and your bonus would go up higher. Or if you just want to utilize a certain stat for your proficiency bonus on that saving throw for your telekinesis, you could pick which one would be the highest as well.
I kind of want to hit my wisdom.
Dope.
Because that just makes me even wiser.
Yeah, and it's funny too, kind of paralleling that to this, the spectral hand and all that. So.
I know more now. So
Cool.
my wisdom is now at 17.
Yeah, you were at 16, so up to 17. Yep. And then now at level 12, ostensibly, if Pickles makes it that far, would be able to make that round up and get the extra bonus. All right, Pickles on Wii, grabbing the telekinesis. And again, I just love the motionless teddy bear face as you're like pushed away. Or carrying yourself on an invisible spectral hand. It's like the little cloud from Dragon Ball. Just like,
Nimbus.
Yeah, like
Nimbus.
thinking of it like a little Divot skeleton hand, like helping him out.
Carries
and
you
doing
around.
things.
Yeah, it's great. I love it. And which brings us now. I do have to preface this. Brenna, you are the one that's been hurt by my mockery of people over their hit point stuff. Because you ended up rolling like a 2 or like a 3, and then you took mine and I had rolled a 2 or something.
Didn't we do it like 2 times?
It was 2 times. I was going to say just the once, but you remembered the other one, huh?
Yeah, last season was my turn. I think this season's definitely Brenna's turn.
Yeah. But again,
Comes for us all.
I mean, yeah.
Well, it's staying
Are
it
you
long
rolling?
enough. It's coming.
What is it, a
for you.
D8?
I know.
Mm-hmm. What'd you roll, Brandon? Because I rolled an 8, you bitch!
Do you want to take yours or mine? You coward! You coward!
Don't hesitate.
I think I want to take the average.
Smart. Down about 3.
Wise.
I'm at 8, baby.
8 plus your con modifier, which is
Fucking 2.
2. So 10 more hit points. What's that put you at?
64.
Yeah. I just wanted to make sure I was right on my page as well.
Yay.
All right, 64 HP, not bad. And you're a little telekinetic teddy bear.
Yeah, I'm a little
Sweet little bear.
And the hand's invisible. It's
Who's
just
completely covered in sopping and blood right now still.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Yes.
blood bath.
completely
Yes.
Covered in
covered.
blood.
in blood.
We've been asked if I use experience or milestone. Milestone is actually experience too, the threshold by which you utilize experience in that. But there is also story-based progression. That is how I play. We do have, like, as far as this narrative, we know there's going to be roughly 20 episodes. And so I try to pace the narrative at a rate by which you guys will, you guys just went through your first dungeon, beat the boss, went to 2 different planes. To me, that's when, a hero levels up. But yeah, I'm not going to play hard and fast with experience too heavily. I have in other games. I don't mind it, but it's like, to me, it's like pretty clear, the beats of these narratives where you would be stronger from what you just overcame. So
Dave
that's
said
kind of how
wisdom
it's done.
too. Dave said wisdom too.
Wisdom
I
too.
did good.
Boom. Dave
Yeah.
said what? See? Yeah.
See, I
Look
didn't
at
even
that.
I just went
Look
with
at
what my cold dead heart said.
Yeah, I agree, and it's like I don't withhold. Like I have a lot of people that do. I've played. When I play with my brother and like my friends and stuff that I grew grew up playing with. We use a pip system where it's like little beats of the story, big battles or whatever. You fill a pip, and after 5 pips, you level up. And so it's like pips can become just narrative moments or
those things on like Etsy and stuff like that.
Yeah,
That's like little
pip guys. And so it's like that can also beneficial. But yeah, to me, it's like the standard. Especially the way we play. Like, to me, it's almost obvious when it's like, you guys have to level up from that thing you just overcame. And so in this case...
beat a hag.
Yeah, you beat a night hag, too, and, like, broke the stone.
And one
like,
from last season as well. It's, like, such a tie-in.
That's it.
Legendary.
That's
notch on the tambourine.
Yes.
The tambourine notch.
That's
What's
a
that,
badass
6
bitch
hags
move.
now? You up to 6 hags, Pickles?
No, I think I thought it was just 3.
Was it 3?
Yeah, because we did the one in the forest.
Oh, that's right. And
that,
then the
like,
one
minor
and then
hag.
the room, and then that one.
And then the room, and then that one.
Awesome.
Yeah, minor hag, and then.
Damn, what a burn to a hag you killed. You were just a minor hag.
But that was Agatha, right? Frogwort?
It was
that?
Esmeralda.
It was Esmeralda. It was so there was originally Agatha Frogwort was the illusion in the middle of the room.
So she's still...
You don't know what's up with her.
Well,
but if Esmeralda's still alive,
Well, see, because Agatha Frogwort was the one that got inside Thoricus's fucking head.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, the
that's why I
nightmares.
was like, I remember that one.
you know what? And there was a point when I was looking at the Night Hag's abilities, and I was like, ooh, I'll get into Lucian's dreams. And I was like, Brandon, you already did that. Stop doing this. I was like, what a great idea that I've already did that. I did that with the same character, Night Hag. Titty Prime.
Sorry.
Also, we're back and forth here tonight as well. I know you're a DM of much aplomb, so feel free to share any insights, wisdom, questions you have for the group or whatever. We're kind of bouncing around as we level up. But yes, a pro DM in our midst. Titty Prime has ran several games for the Buds in Discord, which honestly just tickles my heart to no end. Like I think the best extension of the show is more people getting together with cool people playing the best game.
Hell yeah.
The rule is, if anyone comes by here, they better be bringing food with them. Otherwise, don't even
We already have weed,
come
so
around.
yeah, bring food.
Don't
Yeah.
even
Food. But soft foods, because we're on a mic.
around.
We're on a
Soft
mic,
foods.
yeah.
Bananas,
Yes.
you guys.
Oh, I just thought about a Chewy Chips Ahoy, bro. I'm gonna have to get some after
Yeah.
this. Like,
There you
What are your
go.
guys'
The red
favorite?
package.
yes,
I
dog.
know you're in for a treat.
Yes. Dad always
Christmas
had them. I had to
snacks.
leave moms to get them.
just ate a
Snacky.
popcorn.
I do love Rice Krispie treats.
Ooh, yeah.
Yo.
All
right.
hit different when
This
you
is,
haven't had it in a long time.
Yeah, right? I can't have like a bunch, but when it's been a while,
We're not
it's
close
like,
enough to
oh, man,
break
you
yet.
get
I was
one.
like, all right, we go get a bunch of Rice Krispie treats.
we
just
still
hear the
have
yeah, we still have
10-minute
levels.
crispy run.
Yeah,
We still have levels.
Everyone has to finish leveling first.
All right, so that's your that's
yeah.
you. We got 64 hit points now for Pickles on Wii,
Hey,
as well
almost 69.
as
That doesn't deserve
telekinesis.
anything.
Telekinesis.
Telekinesis.
Well, what's your average now? Is it 5?
Vanessa.
Because
My
next time you could just take the average and be like, you know why I'm taking the
Yeah.
average.
You know what you did.
All right. I'm gonna put the ghost sounds
You
on
know
too.
what.
It's Ghost Choir.
You know
Ooh, I
what?
should have been doing this.
But yeah, I'm excited to. I have like a couple of ideas about this. I was trying to think of what I wanted when I was leveling up. Like, so I did some research. I was like, what do I want? I was like, I want to either be beefier, like as far as like not getting like rocked by
Wrecked,
stuff. Even faster.
Even
I thought about
fast
that,
out?
like going even fucking.
Yeah.
Trying to make my movement like even faster so I can get out of situations.
It's every speedster story. It's like the next arc is always get faster.
And then he's just
Oh, now
gone,
there's a
yeah.
bad guy and he's faster. I have to be faster than him now. That's the Flash, that's
That's the
Sonic,
whole
that's
Flash,
that's
yeah.
the speedster arc.
Yeah, I want to be able to just rocket through everybody.
Just go back in time. We
Right.
rewrite the prologue.
Yes. I just go back and ask Divot
Yeah.
as a like. There's like
He's not
we
dead
go
yet.
back in those episodes and there's like a bear that is like you just say randomly out
He's
of
been
nowhere.
there all along.
Yeah,
Right.
little bear shows
He was
up.
like that when we got here.
How do you say
And that's
Yeah,
why,
yeah.
because
Bear.
Pickles killed the guy in the bar. It was like,
that's what really happened. Technically, telekinetic shove can also be used to automatically break grapples
Ooh,
due to the
to force
force.
movement because if you're
Nice.
knocked
Hell
back,
yeah,
you cannot be
rules.
grappling.
Oh my God.
And as you mimic tongue grappled, you now know that people are going to try to grapple you. Because you're a little teddy bear. I'd grapple you too.
Even just for snugs.
Well, yeah,
It's like snuggle grapple.
that's part of something that just happens to him a lot.
Oh, raid?
Yeah, and again, that's kind of. Oh, well, we got a raid coming in. Bow, bow, bow. Oh, Red Heron, what's up, guys? So good to see you. Thanks for bringing. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bring the sword into this, but
You did.
All right, so there's a whisper. I might start playing King Arthur soon in our show, and somebody mentioned that our studio is our third studio. So my joke is gonna be that I'm King Arthur. King Arthur Studios. Legend of Station, what's up, Carol? Aw, thank you so much. Thank you for those sweet biddies.
And I already know TJ's Team Drew.
Yeah, TJ's Team Drew for life, bruh. For bruh. Yeah.
So yeah, pickles.
Pickles.
Done.
Pickles.
All
Awesome.
done.
All right, that brings us to our 5-. Our man Jacques.
What a roll. What a roll.
Ismark Ivrecular, the Inquisitor, Gary Greenheart, and Rial Othrovan. Jake Taylor, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so Jake, what do you got for this level up here, my friend?
So, yeah, I was kind of looking at feats, and there was just... I kind of like to base whether it's picking a different spell, like if it works with the lore and just kind of how the character's developing.
Yeah.
And really no feats were jumping out, so I think I'm going to be with Papa here and just do my ability scoring.
All right, ability score increase. Let me manipulate your level here, Bert. There you go. You've been manipulated. What APIs are you going to use?
So Mark's got smarts. He's
they're
max
ASIs, I'm sorry.
on intelligence.
Yeah, bro. Smartest possible intelligence without magic.
So I think I'm going to go just like Papa. I think Wiz and Con.
Wisdom.
Is that
and
what you went
con.
with? Was wisdom?
Oh, no, you should, because you're only putting, that would put you up to 13, so if you put it into Dex and Con,
Dex would increase your armor class.
then you'd go up to 3.
And your
plus
ranged
3
attacks.
and plus 2.
Yes, be a stronger boy.
Well,
appreciate that.
yeah.
Be fierce.
So would that be
I'm
Dex?
gonna take
You'll still be classy.
Is it Dex and Con or Dex and Wiz?
Dex and Con.
Dex and Con, nice. You'll get the extra hit points as well as the extra armor class. Your initiative modifier will be higher, as well as you, man. So yeah, no, that's pretty good. If it boosts both of those into evens, your AC will go up by 1, your armor class. All your ranged attacks will get an additional +1 to them, like bows, arrows, throwing things. You will get 7 hit points off right away. You'll get 7 extra hit points for your 7 other levels.
Nice.
And then you will roll for hit points and add your new modifier to that total as well. So
You say that. You just said, I will roll for hit points.
yeah, I just,
I feel like you have that faith in me where it's what you believe.
look, Jake, I've always known you to be a good man, a kind man,
Is he gonna do it?
a powerful man.
Oh my god, guys, are we doing this?
Are we doing that?
And so I would only imagine that when in a decision such as rolling for your hit points or taking the average, you would roll for your hit points like a suspenders wearing man.
Jake, you do whatever you want. Okay, man. Don't be.
We all know.
Nicole, did you read the mug?
Rolling's
I'm sorry,
a classic.
can't-
She can't save you, Jake.
It's okay.
I can't save you. I cannot save you.
Good wow.
Roll for
As I really
classiness.
think about
Hey,
it,
Rezzy Bonk. Well, that's my boy Ray. Ray, good to see you, Ray.
it's like whole new level, whole new man.
Oh,
what am I gonna do?
DQ?
We're gonna leave you in suspensors.
Oh! I blocked it. Oh, someone clips that. That was fantastic. All right.
I'm gonna fucking roll, baby.
All right, he's rolling. What is it? A D6? Is it a D6?
Oh shit, sorry. I just got excited for it.
It's a
D20. Yeah, I'm a D6.
Right? It's like, 20 hit points, no big deal.
Yeah, D6. So what you got going on behind that screen there?
I can't tell you. You taking mine? You taking yours? You're more interested in mine?
You only ask him that when you're taking his. Normally.
Grab the spender.
Oh, God.
Snap it. I'll take mine.
Good, because I rolled a 1. That's a double. We're smoking twice.
Very nice.
I feel God.
That's a
I will
6
touch
on
that
him.
game.
That's a 1 on me. Shit crit and crit hit at the same time, everybody. You were here for it. Ray got that.
Only
Ray got that in real time just now.
Hi, great.
All right. 6 plus.
like,
and
who
what's
the
your con
fuck
modifier
said that?
now?
It was you inside the jar. I was like, 2.
A 2.
A 2.
So you get, that would be 8 plus the 7. So 15 to, you used to have 51, is that correct?
Correct.
So you now have 66.
Ooh.
Damn.
Cool. That's a beef.
Dang.
We're almost nice.
Yeah, and you're like the dead guy with the 6'6". I like that. I'm sorry, I'm so high.
Dice decided.
That's a pretty beefy wizard.
Yeah, bro, that's a beef ass.
Yeah, I like
I
it.
was like, Jesus.
You folks got one beefy wizard.
Yo, that's like necromancer. I like a beefy necromancer though. That makes sense to me.
Mark has had like shit luck with like putting spells off though.
Yeah.
The skellies and the zombies have done amazing work.
Yeah.
That's kind of
Mad
the
props.
Yeah, they get
We do the
bonus
in
to it,
memorial.
too. Shout out
We lost.
Funyuns.
This looks like a shopping list.
One of the
We got
CDs.
Funyuns, double stuff.
Oh,
stuff.
double stuff, just.
Yes, chef.
My
Doritos
unity.
and nacho cheese.
Nacho cheese and Cool Ranch.
Yeah.
Shit, we've gone through a lot of undead
Oh,
already.
Cool Ranch, bro. I still miss Cool Ranch. Cool Ranch was the winner of that battle, if you'll recall.
The little fight in the mansion.
I'm getting
It's like
sentimental.
skeleton fight.
Yeah. All right. So you also get, if I'm not mistaken, you get one more spell slot of, what is it, 4th level spells that you have? Let me double check here. Boom. So yeah, Mark, you actually get one of the more, outside of just the simple managed spells. Spell book. You get one new every level. You learn a new spell, and then you get one more slot. 3rd level, I believe. 4th level. No, you have four firsts, 3 second, 3 third, and 2 fourths now.
Did you say 4-3?
4, 3, 3, 2.
It's like,
Ooh. Absolutely.
And then and yeah, it says I only have you as 11, 13.
for what? No,
I think I need to update your spell list on here is all. But do you know what spell you're interested in?
No, this is a delightful surprise. A little surprise spell.
All right, so what we'll probably do is, here, let me pull up some of your options, and you can, at 4th level, and spells, 4th level spells. There's a lot of real good ones. Remember Blight was one, which kind of fit into the story a little bit, as we had talked about before.
That was on my list after the Tabitha thing, too. So.
Banishment is extremely good. Tin of Smooth Hands, too blessed to be stressed, Tin of Smoothie.
Smooths.
Ruse.
2 new spells automatically when you get 2, not 1, but 2 new spells.
2 spells. New slot and 2 spells.
2! Greater invisibility is quite powerful. Confusion is good. They have to roll, and then depending on what they roll, they either do nothing or attack somebody wrong. Or that's like a fun little table. Charm Monster is quite good.
Confusion would be fun as like a way to contact Glorp.
Yes, yes, we have Glorp's Confusion is canon. There's Everard's Black Tentacles, which is pretty cool. It's like these ebony tentacles that squirm, and they turn the ground into difficult terrain. When they enter the area, they like try to grab them and take damage and be restrained by the tentacles. So it's like a little nightmare tentacle creature. Hallucinatory terrain, where you can make like an area in a 150-foot cube look and smell like some other sort of natural terrain. So you can turn like a swamp into like a field of flowers and stuff like that. Ice Storm is a pretty good direct attack. Locate creatures, man, there's some pretty good 4th level spells. Polymorph, obviously, is a fun one. We've played with that. Stone Skin could turn you into a relative haunch on the field, giving you like, you just turn your skin to stone, and then you get resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing from non-magic.
Oh.
There's a lot of the summons. I will lie. I told you guys earlier I don't limit choices. I tend not to want summoning spells just because it's like there's already 4 people in initiative. Adding another thing to initiatives on top of you already having like your undead servants too. It would just.
I love my skellies and my zombies,
Yeah.
and they take care of their business.
Yeah.
They're good.
But you can take it. You don't have to take 4th level spells. You can take spells of any level, but you do have the extra slot in 4th level now. You don't have to necessarily make the call now. Obviously, we still have to level up Nicole.
Yeah.
And then we could always, like we've done before, if you run into something you like better before next Tuesday, we can just update your spell list.
Cool. Right on, man. No, thank you for giving me the time to kind of look things over. over.
Yeah.
Because I am very interested as far as Mark goes. So we haven't been able to take advantage yet of the Grim Harvest. Because I don't have an offensive first level spell.
True.
So I might look through that list.
Totally.
Because if I can access Grim Harvest, which I haven't been able to because I just haven't had that fucking spell. Everything was either a cantrip or a buff.
Yeah.
But once per turn, if you kill one or more with a spell first level or higher, you're gaining. But I think it has to be a next spell.
Oh, okay.
And I'm missing that.
Right. And in your case, like we could always reskin any of the spells as necromancy, necronic damage, as we call it. I wouldn't have any problem with that.
But yeah, if those spells hit, if I had a level 1 necrotic spell, I would gain half the health back.
Yeah.
Eat that.
Yeah, and in no cleric in the party. Healing it's a little limited.
But heck yeah, if you're cool with me looking over like the list and everything.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
So and then we'll update those. We'll make those announcements probably at the beginning of next game if whatever spells you did lock in.
Sweet.
Cool. So that is boom. We've done hit points. That's our man. That's Ismark Ivrecular, the Inquisitor. Dark Mark right now.
Dark Mark. Dag Mag.
All right, so we've got, coming back, we are at our final, our three, which will be Nicole Unger, Shay Mira. That's it. That's an Enra up until that point. But this is your first chapter with us.
Yes, that's it. This is it. This is my characters.
All right, I'm just pulling you up.
Okay.
Boo. So Shay, you're pretty much going to be in the same worldview as the highest level necromancy spell that deals damage that would benefit. So rules explained, shouted out that it can be above first level as well. So if you do use blight, you could use that to drink hit points as well, which is kind of cool, turning blight into.
I like that it turns into
thematically.
The lore
That's
too.
some pretty cool stuff.
Thank you, rules.
Thanks.
Fuck yeah.
Rules explained.
I love that they're like, I just want to see the most epic.
Yeah. Here, do this cool stuff. Yeah.
Between rules and
it's kind of the nice part about opening up chat too. You're like, Dave, rules explained. What are you guys thinking about?
I've got chat to thank for the
Cardman
Keen
as well.
Mind.
Greater invisibility. Oh yeah. Keen Mind.
That was a real good one.
That's been real helpful.
Thank you. I love it for how smart your character is too.
It's neat.
It's like a cool little thing. And that's one that gets disallowed as well too. There's like some. I'm just like, I don't get it. I'm like, let them have a map in their mind. Like, let them do this. Let your players do fun stuff. Like,
it gets you to also get to do fun stuff. Like, if he can see everything, that means you can reveal the funniest shit to him. Like, and then it leaves it up to him to tell us. And if he doesn't want to, he doesn't have to.
Doesn't have to.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's hilarious. Yeah.
So Shamira, it's so nice that we're actually looking at your character as it actually is. Yeah. I remember there was like a little confusion early on because I actually added Enra as an Aasimar in
Aasimar.
As an Aasimar in our campaign so that the other players would not catch on that you were a changeling. But that led to some confusion where it was like, which one of these are mine?
I don't know. I can't do that one, right? That's not real.
That's not me. But which ones? And then you were like, is it right again? And I was like, I think so. I don't know. Yeah, but you are now Shamira. I do have to change your art, but you are officially a changeling.
Yes.
It's out.
It's out.
How do we feel?
Good. Proud.
Yeah.
Proud to be who I am.
I will not fly.
I will not fly.
I will not. I won't.
She flies. Fly. Because I will be like the
As you have the spider shoes.
Right.
I'm not doing it. I want just
fly.
like you.
I'm just like you.
I want to go over the
I
bottom.
really
There we go.
can't fly. Always sideways.
Yeah.
Hey guys.
Hello.
Spider slippers.
So you, Shamir, as well, again, just because you are one of the newer players, the way that kind of the stats and these bonuses apply, if it goes from an odd number to an even number, it will roll into the next modifier. And the modifier from that stat is what applies to like a bunch of your different stuff. So your +4 in dexterity is why you get +4 to your damage attacks. It's why your AC is so high. It's why your initiative is so high, because you're adding that dex modifier to several different things. Your sneak is based on dexterity. You're a rogue, you're built around dexterity. So going from an even to an even, spending both points in your case, dexterity, would be a boon to almost all of the things that you do a lot. Stealth, initiative, going first, the damage that you do, how hard you are to hit in combat, and hiding. Like it's like it is, rogues are commonly considered kind of a one-stat class. So I'm just kind of giving you that knowledge that it's like your dexterity factors into almost every algorithm for almost all the abilities that you have.
Cool.
So it is very powerful for you. But also it's like if you have, in their case, like if they had 2 odd ones and the boost of getting, a higher modifier to a couple other things, it'll make you a little more well-rounded. So, that's kind of I would say just from my experience with rogues, it's like I typically race to get to that 21st. Like I try to get the highest dex that I can without magic, and then kind of factor in other stuff. But that's based on a highly combat game, which isn't the one that we're playing. So, boosting some of your charisma, intelligence, those storyline stats, knowledge stats and stuff have proven to be very advantageous in this campaign so far. So that is something that we are going to, what's up, Substances? We are going to kind of touch on that a little bit later. It's kind of how this campaign is not so rooted in the combat. What's up, Nugget? Welcome in. That, it's like we're not so rooted to the, 6 combats a day kind of CR theory of D&D, but rather starting with the narrative and letting the kind of combat scenarios come from there. So some of the decisions made would be outside, I would say, what the norm is. Like, don't get me wrong, an 18 intelligence is very good, or 19, I can't remember what it is.
19.
19, so yeah, if you added 1, is it?
15 in intelligence.
15 intelligence, her dexterity is 19.
Yeah,
It's 19, so yeah, you could put 1 in dex to roll it up to a 20, which would now make, instead of a +4, you have a +5 to all your cool stuff.
Okay.
And then +1 to intelligence, which would also mean all your intelligence stuff, your knowledge stats
Oh yeah,
and
do
stuff
that.
would get boosted by 1 as well. So
Okay.
pretty powerful little combo there.
I was thinking dexterity, but I wasn't sure about what second one, but I like the intelligence idea, so let's do that.
And you did. You've learned new, some pretty massive things about, it's like this expansion of character stats. I always like linking to the narrative. And it's like,
Yeah.
yes, you are now, you've seen and learned much new things.
Yeah, the 1,000 death thing.
1,000 death, the experience of
You learn a
1,000
lot
deaths.
from
Certainly
that.
And the fact that it's like she is a soul knife, is Shay's subclass.
so nice.
Soul knife. But yes, Arcane Trickster, which like Rial, intelligence would be extremely beneficial even to him. So, but yeah. Oh, amount of onions, what? I say I have 19 intelligence. Oh, funny. It's your hand starting there. No, I'm kidding. You're not dead. You're definitely not dead, Funyuns.
Dead?
No, of course not. Because here you are, texting in our chat. So there's proof, right? So is that the way you want to go? You want to go Dex and Intelligence?
Dex and intelligence.
That's a pretty overall boof.
What a boof.
Beef
What a boof.
to.
They're right here.
Yeah.
My hands are on the table.
Now say something. Now say. Said nothing anymore. It's done.
Why are you using your fingers on your glasses?
So yeah, what do you got? This Google Glass? We got Google Glass over here.
Google glasses over there. Hey, Google glasses. Take it easy over there.
Hey, Google Glass.
You got them Google glasses?
All right.
What the hell? No.
So Dex and Intelligence, and that brings you. Ooh, Mod burns. Mod's got jokes. All right, so that brings us to you have what, 51 hit points currently?
I do.
All right, so are you going to roll a d8? I'll roll a d8, and you'll maintain my respect for you. Or would you like to, like a child lost in a storm, just grasp at the average hit points of 5 plus your con modifier? Soul knife this.
Soul knife. I'm gonna use my mind daggers on you.
Oh my god!
No.
She got me. And then you're drinking from the DM mug.
I'm the DM now. No, I'm gonna roll. Are you kidding me?
Do
Let's
it.
do it.
All right, so it's
Let's
what, a
see
d6?
happens.
No, d8.
Oh.
Well, that's okay. You're.
You don't know what that means.
Did she roll you both
Did you roll
did it.
bad?
I know.
Well. Oh gosh.
I'm nervous.
I can't. Well, hold on. I
It's
have
whatever you
figure
want
out-
it to be.
Yeah. I have to figure out what I want to do. Do I want to take it or take yours? I'm going to
Janice Joplin.
try. I'm not gonna take it. I'm gonna take mine.
Yeah.
What'd you get?
I got a 6.
Nice, I got a 3. So yeah.
Oh my god.
I was like, I'm gonna get her.
I'm sweating.
This is her second character level ever.
Did it.
I'm gonna burn her with it.
Thank
There we go.
God.
Thank God.
All right, so you got a
Yes, brave
6. What's
boys.
your
Good
con
job.
modifier?
Yes.
We're brave
plus
boys.
2?
Plus
Brave.
2, yeah.
Brave.
So you get 8
So brave.
more hit
Brave.
points, bringing you to 59.
59.
I can't survive.
Nice. Right, let's just say rice.
Right.
59.
Rice. Which is 59. Right.
Oh, man. All right. Holy crap. Guys, we've done it. We've leveled up.
We did.
We
Level
did
8.
it.
Level 8, yeah.
Level 8.
So the
like
7
we
spike is
made
one of the
it.
more legendary jumps from Challenge. So you guys, as you guys have kind of seen, things start to have some stronger abilities and some crazier stuff. So yeah, as you kind of continue in this world with your many new hit points, be prepared.
Oh, God.
Yes, our teeth are fishing our
Look around. Find out, you know.
and you'll cry. Oh my God, you will cry. Honestly, it's this is a dope little moment here. We have kind of planned this. Basically, the idea is this chapter 2 checkpoint, and I think rather than where are you guys at? Do you need like a potty break?
I could.
Yeah.
I could
okay.
pee.
This is actually a
could
great point because we're going to kind of shift into a new gear from this. So we are going to we're going to pick it up after intermission. I was trying to remember how I would cliff. But no, we're going to do, it'll be pretty chill back and forth. Again, anybody who's interested in questions for us or for the show, we are going to touch base just with where the characters started, where they're at now, and where they think they're headed. And this is something I advise many DMs to do. Like, we are at kind of like a halfway point in the narrative. And so it's important to learn where your players are interested in seeing their stories go. It doesn't mean they're going to go there, but it gives me a place to kind of plan toward and create a soft, like a nice landing for all the arcs. And so that's what we're going to touch base. We're calling it the Chapter 2 checkpoint because we do get down every Tuesday here. So we have a 10-minute intermission. Amazing original artwork, incredible original music by Sandy Stein, stuff created by the fan community and some of our people, Sean and Jake, and just amazing stuff. Check out the art, listen to the music, fill up your waters, fill up your Dungeon Master mugs, roll up a J if you're low, or drink water if you're playing along at home. We will be back in 10 minutes.
Wow.
For the Chapter 2 checkpoint. Let's light hers up. Let's light hers up. I lied!
I need to be wind. Someone else needs to be earth, because Brenna's being water. I'll be wind.
Welcome back, buds, to WeeDnD, the positive live tabletop role-playing experience. We just got hired to a place where light and sea.
Okay, thanks.
Pass me. I'm sorry. God, that song is so good. Yeah, we have gotten higher. We have, what's up? Welcome back, slightly clowny 710 with that. We just leveled up the helping committee, iteration 2, version 2.0.
We're helping ourselves today.
Helping us out, helping out.
You cannot fall from an empty
From level 7 to level 8.
That's true.
And so, yeah, we are prepared to venture forth. We have reached the point of the night that we are calling the Chapter 2 checkpoint. So, this is kind of an opportunity for us as a show. Opportunity! Thank you, Trinity.
You're welcome.
Chapter 2. To talk with the buds as well as talk with each other as players. I think this is a valuable tool for DMs to check in with your players. It's always nice to kind of hear the story in their own words because as DMs, we have a tendency to know a lot of things that the players don't. And so when we think certain information is one thing, our players perceive it as a different way because of the limited knowledge they actually have. And so it also, like, players will talk about more often than not the things that excite them about their character. And so as a DM, I think it's a very valuable tool to listen and actually kind of, prompt some of these things. This is also for the buds. We are kind of talking about where we're at in the Chapter 2 in the Kush Kingdoms, the Saga of Ganjaria, this 5-chapter saga that we're exploring a chapter at a time. Sativon was our first chapter with Pickles Ennui and Gary Greenart and Digby Mole Eggington III, Amaryllis Von Shucks, and Six Dicks, Dickens Tangleface. And so now we're a person who thinks all the time. So now here we are in Chapter 2, the Kush Kingdoms, a veritable different area, location, rule set, and everything, storytelling type. That's kind of the vibe of each of these chapters. So, as well as the show. Like, we've gone through the prologue, we've now rooted ourselves in the world of Ganjaria. And so it's just kind of like a little check-in. There's no right answer, there's no wrong answer. But I'm interested to hear from each of you guys, basically where you see your character at now, like where they started and what the things they've encountered have led them to and where you think now your goal is moving forward. So typically we roll for it with leveling up. Do we want to roll for it with characters?
Roses, rolls.
And if we don't get no toes, then we don't need no rolls. I'll make that up.
Oh, you got mine! That's the
What's happening over here?
She knocked my dice, so now I got a new roll.
You knocked my dice.
Dice knock. It's like mini golf. You're like, thanks.
But it's okay.
All right.
It is actually because it's lower.
It's exactly like mini
like
golf.
mini golf.
It's exactly like, thanks, Dick. Now I'm behind the corner after that exceptional shot.
Cool.
All right. So, Bren, what'd you get?
I got a 2.
A 2. A 2!
She had a 15.
But I had a 15.
Oh, yeah.
It's okay.
Still
It's
have
a rule I just made up, and it's funny.
Right back.
It's great.
And it correlates with the 2, Nicole.
And it was fun to say 2.
2. That's why we do it.
I got 5.
Again? No,
I
you
did
got
not
a
get a
3.
five.
You had a 3.
Five.
You guys' rolls are terrible tonight. Go ahead. You're doing a bad job at random
It was
numbers.
because I didn't grab the dice.
I thought you
so
said there were
it's-
no wrong answers.
Yeah. Where's
I
that
guess
sword?
I was the wrongest answer.
This is daggers.
The whole time?
The whole time.
time.
The whole time.
Get him, guys. He doesn't have his sword.
I sat on it when I got in my chair and left it.
Don't kiss him.
Don't. Yeah, I wouldn't. Give this a minute. Dre, what'd you get?
I've got a 4.
Oh my gosh.
What'd you guys roll? A D6, Jake?
11.
11. Look at you, champion of the table with an 11. Slightly over average. Good job.
Slightly over it.
10.5.
All right, I get
Right,
second.
slightly over
If you round up.
average.
All right, so great. Ismark, Ivrecular, the Inquisitor. Let's check in with you. How you doing?
Cool.
Doc Mock.
Mark's seen a lot. An awful lot. Because as we met him in the story, he had already lost a pivotal person in his life. So he already had that connection with his mom, and that was like a fun secret to keep, and that was a fun episode to do. And it's like, oh, by the way, this is my mother's skull that I keep in my wig.
An actual skull.
You did.
and
It was so good.
If you look back at that episode, I had actual real life shock on my face because I was like, this is what we're doing now? That was incredible.
And I mean, with all of that in mind, and the fact that Mark trusts the helping committee enough to share that information, like that, it's like that new bond that's taking over all of his old, possibly like toxic bonds at this point, because he was just ready to go. Like, let's go see Tabitha. Tabitha has all the answers, and then having her die was like another pivotal person pulled. So now Mark's like gone through a lot. There's the new revelation that the king was his father.
Yeah. Yeah.
His mother always said.
Yeah. You're
born to rule.
Born to rule.
And you're
Mom's
half
a changeling,
changeling.
yeah.
Mother was a changeling.
Your
You're
mother was a
half.
changeling. Yeah, I looked into half changeling stuff, and I was like, better to just not. Like, it's like pure changelings have offspring that are pure changelings and can do that. In my lore, I just kind of hand waved it. Was like, no, if you're a half changeling, like maybe there is some weird stuff that might be activated through contact with certain things. That's always a fun thing with characters like this. But I saw no need to give your character any kind of special perks for being a half changeling.
No, not at all. Totally agreed. Like, but still, half changeling. That's a pretty wild revelation.
Pretty cool, yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Yeah, and that was a fun thing too with like Kracia and who is named roughly after a friend of ours. Who was in
Legend of
chat.
Stacia.
Legend of Stacia. Legend of Kracia.
Legend of Kracia.
So, yeah, that's with the kind of revelation of this connection to leadership. Where does that put Mark? Is Mark connected to that kind of destiny and that kind of position, or do you find yourself kind of pushing away from those kinds of things?
Honestly, like talking to the newfound siblings, Styx and Davos, the children of the king. That's like the dreaded thing on Mark's list right now. It's like it's one of those things. It has to happen, but wait a little bit. Just the vision we got from Pickles with Lord of Lost Time and all of the Cuddleforged, their spirits were trapped.
Yeah.
And it was the one from my childhood.
Scoots.
Fucking Scoots the raccoon was present.
Yeah.
And that's kind of that primal pull within Mark where it's just like, obviously he grabs on affectionately to things.
Especially having lost several of those things. Like there's a little beacon of connection out there that, no, that's interesting.
And even that connection too, because it's like I see my childhood Cuddleforge, and this Cuddleforge brought us into the helping committee.
Yeah.
So it's like one from my past, one from my present.
Shout out
and
to
it's
Scoots.
just shout out to Scoots.
Shout out to Scoots.
See a little raccoon
Lot of
hands for
stuff for
him.
Scoots. Raccoon.
Little raccoon
It's the
hands.
raccoon.
Little Scoots. Half changeling. His fingertips are like silly putty, and he can lift images off the text of news.
It's like you can change the size of your ears.
Spider-Man comic, bro.
That's it. Just the size of
Was
your
it just
ears.
me? That was always the one I did. Was the Spider-Man comic.
Oh my god.
On my silly putty. Buffet sandwiches to the Royal Paula. This is getting devious, y'all. Yeah, so that's awesome, Mark. The as far as where have you found? Because we had talked a little bit about this too, where it was like being a necromancer, like being around a lot of undead things, that you'll find like a lot of your power sources are resisted a lot. And so I have noticed that like some of these last battles, it's been happening a lot. How does that feel as far as like, do you still feel like you're functioning in the battle sphere, or is that something that, like as a DM, I could address and not make us so many specifically undead enemies?
I mean, no, not at all. Given the lore and the fact that we have the unresting willows, it's one of those things where, I don't know, I just take it as a challenge. Like, if this thing didn't work, let's just try something different
Try
next
new
time.
thing, yeah.
So,
Hell yeah.
and that's kind of how it's been. Like, Mark hasn't done like great in battle.
But would Mark,
But
you
the
know, like-
necromancer angle of it, where he's got, like, I can summon the, animate dead and have those.
Yeah.
Like, that's a nice kind of, even if it's like if you biff that one, it's like, usually there's like a boon with a skelly. Like,
Which
just
is
running
funny
up and-
because like he excels in the narrative space.
That's
Like
what
it's
I'm saying,
like the
there's, like,
ability,
so
the keen
much
mind, the
that I
mapping,
remember
observation.
about
like,
what you and like your Skelly boys or zombies or whatever have done. They're so iconic in the story thus far. It just so yeah.
It's been a hell of a fun character to play, especially because this is my first, as a player, diving into like a more spell-heavy, because my first
Wizard
character was a
is,
rogue and
yeah.
then a paladin, so this is the first like
Yeah, and you
I
went
have to-
Arcane Trister, so you had some exposure to magic. But like Wizard is, I mean, the term analysis paralysis was born because of Wizards. Like it's like you have so many different answers to a question, where a lot of classes are kind of stuck to like the thing they do or the thing they kind of do. Whereas like Wizards, especially with the ability to add spells to your spell book, it's like there's literally nothing you can't really, like not an answer you can't figure out eventually with hyper intelligence and access to like all of the spells. And again, you have like Tabitha's spell book, and now you have a little bit more gold, so some of those heavier spells you could throw in there, you know, or even just buying spell scrolls to transcribe them into your book, you know. So you can kind of, you know, play the black market a little bit and see if you can find some magic spells to transfer over to your book too.
Spellbook, you say though.
Yeah.
During the break, I think I figured out which, because I get two new spells.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
One of the ones from Tabitha's spellbook was Blight.
Blight.
So between thanks tabs, thank you chat.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that's really cool, especially dealing more with Mark and Pickles and being made aware of the Blight.
Yeah,
and
you
kind
just
of
saw
taking
it for the
and-
first time in that in those vision pools around the battle with the hag. Like you've laid eyes on what this Blight is. I don't know how much Pickles has shared about what the Blight is, but like that you have now connected to that power. So it's cool to see it come through one of your spells. Yeah, just like a little hot dog on a stick.
Like a French dip. I
Yeah,
mean,
a little.
we all know French doesn't exist.
Yeah,
but
France isn't real,
Just a dip.
but their dip is phenomenal.
Right.
Yeah.
Dip's
France is
delicious.
France, you mean the dip?
That's one sandwich that
You mean the
won't give
onion?
you diarrhea.
You mean the onion dip? Yeah, obviously. All right, sweet.
So I'll go Blight and Life Transference.
And life transfer. Ooh, that's dope too with your hardiness. You can. That's where you take damage and give it to
I
other
take
people.
48 necrotic to heal someone, and they get double of whatever I roll. So I take that damage.
Hot Mac.
Yeah.
That's kind of like, that's leveraged you now into the role of a little bit of a healer in the group too, which in this party is
kind of now.
pretty, you know. And also it's great to think about, like, send your undead warriors to fight and do damage while you're kind of like helping mitigate damage in the backfield. That's a strong upgrade from Mark.
And honestly, like, it's a weird kind of, again, like past and present inspiration where the bracer I have from Branix.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's one where I can like
Hurt yourself.
twist the disc and like hurt myself to get more magic back.
a spell
so
slot,
this is
yeah.
kind of like the spell version. And I've been watching as we fight.
What? I
How
don't do
you've
that.
been
Ah,
working.
I love D&D so
So
much.
it's just kind of like a, you know, piecing things together and
Do
just
we
like
just
kind of how
become best
magic.
friends?
Yep.
Masochist, yeah.
Let's hurt each other.
Yeah.
No, let's hurt ourselves. Do you want to go in the garage and fucking hurt each other? Yeah.
We're doing magic. Shut up.
Yeah.
Have my own skeleton stab
It's
me.
just the equivalent of you guys just going behind somewhere, like hating each other with like the light bulbs, the
fluorescent tubes.
Yeah. Yeah. Just
And then,
imagining.
what level was transfer?
3.
3. That's because I have the
The
other one.
tubes.
I'm just adding it to your character sheet. So
Cheers. Thank you.
Life transfer. Boom. All right. Sweet. Well, that's where we've been with our man Mark. Moving on down our list, which brings us to Nikolaj. Nikolaj. Enra, Shamira, you know, coming on the scene. Obviously, having now gone through the 1,000 deaths of some of the tormented changelings. Again, we did get into kind of some heavier themes with the character of the Bloodhound and that kind of like McCarthyism, fear of the unknown. There's something about like changelings. That's like the lore in my mind of the changeling race would be rooted in that, in a world where you're like, how can I trust who you are? And so it's been a lot of fun to kind of like jaunt in, but there's been like a huge shift from the beginning to the end. So where's Shamira at now after all of that we've come from?
Oh, Shamira doesn't know what she believes anymore. There's a lot of stuff happening with the shifting council that she isn't sure if it's good or bad. There's these, the bones being moved of the king and the bloodhound and like the tulip being left behind, which means changelings. And then the area, how low the stem is how high up, and it's the shifting council itself. And knowing that there's a chance that because of the level I'm at, that there will be changelings I don't even know exist because I only know to a certain point. So like, who else have I been in contact with that I didn't know? So she's questioning a lot of stuff. She's questioning Vim and what his loyalties are, which is her friend that is in the changelings, who helped bring her into this underground place with the shifting council. So she knows that she trusts the people she's with now, because what everyone has gone through and what they've accepted of me, I know that these are my people, and whatever happens next, we're all going to be by each other's side. So she feels confident in that part. And she always kind of had like a weird little connection with Mark. Like we both lost family. Like I never even really knew my mother, and he lost his mother when he was pretty young. So there's always been this like weird little connection. And now I know he's like half changeling. I'm like, oh man, look at that. Hey, cool. So like that's been a really cool discovery. So yeah, she's just kind of figuring out how she goes, but she is thankful that she's with the party she's with.
Yeah, the one thing that's been fun is you know, it's like when you're kind of a spy, basically, is the soul knife. It's like your order. And so the idea of like, you've kind of like, they've saved you from this horrible atrocity, you know, changelings shifting, going into this subterranean city that they rumor of, and you know, this, but it's already kind of like ambiguous and weird. And so like the fact you don't know a ton about them would make a lot of sense, you know, as you've climbed their ranks. And so it is kind of like it's as you kind of shed the skin of the fake character you put on to serve them initially, is now like as you've shed that and gone to your true self, kind of like the true nature of the relationship between those two entities. So it's like, I would ask like at this point, how much of that motivates the actions that you're like, are you more focused on what is occurring directly in front of you right now, finding the body of the king instead of the bloodhound, the king's body being missing from that, the links to that, or this kind of idea of this investigation toward these people that you had such a strong connection with now? Like that's, as a DM, that's, you know what I mean? Like there are several different ways to go about doing that. Like which one of those is more important to like, and Shaymira?
Well, it's interesting because she kind of wonders if it's just all connected, right? So like in finding out the truth of this one thing, she feels like she's going to find the truth about the other. Like they are going hand in hand, especially because of the clues that are getting left behind that I do understand in my level of where I'm at in the Shifting Council's view. So I do know some of these things. Like I know that these tulips mean this, and I know that. So I'm picking up on some of these cues, and they're all kind of related. What Shaymira is really concerned about is the people of this underground city and like what's actually happening to them. So like she wants to make sure that they're okay and like just shed the truth of everything that's going on, because everyone is so divided. She feels that maybe this might be something that ties everyone back together. That's
great. And it's also too like thinking about the extension of the 1,000 deaths that you endured. It's like these are almost like members of your family.
Yes.
Like, these are like the people that you know survived this atrocity. It's super interesting, like fun storytelling stuff. So thanks. And then basically again, this is more like to the player of you know, the Nicole rather than Shaymira, is how has this experience been coming in? You know, we have 3 years, you know, 2.5 years before we kind of started this thing of storytelling with us through the prologue in chapter 1, which you of course had contact with as you could. And you know, and so it's like, but now coming into like a narrative, this place, I think, you know, all of us have mentioned how readily you just kind of jumped into the role and like even assumed almost a leadership role there for a while. It was like leading the way, which was remarkable for a new player. But like, how does it? It's like, is there? And I asked about the buds this as well. Like we have the knowledge of the full breadth of this story, and so there are like little, hey, that guy's, you know, Boxo is a guy that's been a thing in several things, and it's like I never want to focus solely on that, so that if you're not familiar with those things, the world around you still feels connected to you. But where if you have watched our old episodes, if you have played in the campaigns, there are these little like delightful gems from the past. And to me as a player, that's some of my favorite stuff. Like if it's like, hey, there's the character I used to play like in a bar over there, like that kind of stuff. That's one of the reasons, you know, and everybody has their different reasons they play D&D. But that one for me is always like so it's like, how does that feel? Like does it feel, which is funny with Shaymira being kind of an alien in this world, it's strangely layered on that, but has the world felt connected to you and the character and what you know of the lore of the world? And how has it felt jumping into, you know, like a new chapter of a story?
Yeah, it's all felt really exciting. I did a lot of homework to prepare because I wanted to make sure, because everybody's at such a high level, I wanted to make sure, thanks, Drew. I wanted to make sure I was with you guys, you know? I didn't want to, I don't know, drag anything back too far. I still feel like I ask a lot of questions, but I understand a lot of what I'm trying to do, and I'm learning, and I'm having a lot of fun doing it. So I've never felt like out of place or anything. Even a lot of the stuff that's gotten brought up in the story, I was mostly familiar with because I watched or I was doing behind the green. So like I did know a lot of this stuff. So it's been fun being Shaymira because it's kind of like me. Like I kind of understand what these things are, but not to the full extent of what you guys do. So I'm getting to learn more with my character, which has been really fun.
Yeah, no, it's honestly, like I said, it's like it showed in the sense that, like you said, if there was, it's funny you say you asked a lot of questions. I encourage that. Like it's like to me, it's. I think so many people are like, I need to know everything about how to play this game before playing this game, and then you look at there's 3 rule books, and it's this. What pages do I even read? What if this actually matters? It's so much. It's like so much of that stuff can be done after the fact if you kind of understand. Like you roll a dice, you add a number, and that's kind of factors into these things. What those things are, you don't even necessarily need to know fully if you have a DM that's pretty knowledgeable of the game. And so it's like I like think of what we could have lost not having you as a player, as opposed to like waiting until you were like, I feel like I read every, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it's I think the questions are important. I think it's great for the audience who may or may not have a certain comfortability, but like seeing new players, they ask questions different than what I might think are the questions to, that I would ask. And so it's just like, it's a cool little thing, and it's, you've made a great representation of a new player in the space by just like kind of knocking it out, so.
Thanks. It's also been fun just do it. Let's just find out what happens and just try it.
Yep.
Go big or go home.
Let's get weird.
What's kind of, it's really fun.
crazy.
Do something
Do
crazy.
something crazy.
Yeah.
Do something
crazy. But what's fun, because even with this game, if something terrible happens to your character, you can come back to someone else. And in this game too, with the way our lore is, there's so many different ways the same character could even come back as like an unresting or whatever. So it's kind of just like fun because you can just do it and see what happens.
If you take anything from the show, just do it. Like
do
get
it.
out there, do something crazy, and play this fun game with your friends. Play with your friends.
Right.
Get together with your friends on the
Rules
weekends.
Explained says technically all you have to do to play D&D is to jump right.
Every time she gets her
Every time I hit my head.
I
I don't
Rules
miss my
gets it.
hand. I don't really hit my head. I'm acting. My hand.
It's so odd. It's irony that
It's the worst
that
past.
Rules actually understands what fun is all about.
Yeah.
You just got to jump right
That's
in.
it. Got it.
Yeah.
Got it figured out.
Teacher's good.
All right, sweet. So any as far as like I kind of understand the thrust of the character. Are you interested? Like, is Shaymira at this point so interested in wearing her actual skin that she will stay that way, or do you anticipate her continuing to use her shifting and create pseudo characters that fit around with the group?
I think that she would use her changing powers with the group now, because she spent so long kind of just being the one form and being secretive. I can't change. Now she's like, well, now I'm me. So yeah, let's just do this.
Yeah, which is dope. That unlocks like a whole fun new.
Well,
Sydney.
and we got this thing now.
And you've got the mental links, and
mental links were good.
So it's like, guys, I look
this
like this now.
cool ass
I promise.
Just in case you see
Also,
someone.
it'd be so funny seeing her look like something ridiculous, and then she's like,
Hey guys.
so we're like, oh, it's okay.
It's gotta be.
Do you guys see the stop sign waving to you?
Yeah.
It's me. See? So you see me over here?
That's also been something really fun for Shaymira, because she's kind of loosened up a lot more being with this group, because it's not so like strict, rogue, spy, do this stuff for the shifting council. She's really started to figure out her little personality with them, which has
Yeah.
been really fun. Because Enra was just Shaymira being this thing,
Right.
but like her personality is starting to come out, and getting to play with them is really making her feel more whole.
Yeah. More whole.
Hell yeah.
More whole.
More
Start writing it down.
More legs in your more hole.
I was thinking like
mole legs
the
in
little
my more hole.
Easter eggs that we drop in. We could just call ours mole eggs.
Mole egg.
Mole
There's
legs.
a
Seventies,
drop of that
eighties.
Ubaru
There's a
on
little
us.
mole
We
egg
did an
over here.
Ubaru mole egg pretty recently.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Uberu.
Ubaru. You guys, when Curie came out, nobody called him Security, and I was thrilled about that. That one hurt. That one used to hurt, because I thought Security was so cool.
It
So
is
you'd be
so
like, Security, and I was like,
Bam! Listen, you need to
Thank you.
understand, it does not negate the coolness. I just can't retain information.
I'm just a stoner, so the idea of security is like,
just-
no.
Yeah, I get
No,
it.
let us
just love-
smoke.
But I love that
What
you're
is
doing the show with danger, so it'd be like the danger and security show.
Danger security.
Oh, yeah. We've shipped them. Like, that's.
Yeah.
If you missed the monster
You
mash.
guys work so well
Danger
together.
It was
Dupree
great.
and our man security.
love.
They're in the wiki now.
They're in the wiki. It's in the doc. It's in the doc.
They're just in love.
All right, that brings us to our boy Drewby. That's 4. Your 3rd place with a 4.
Yeah, I was like, what a
That's
4.
2 twos though. So man, Lucian Lamore is a similar place. Like we've starting with the kind of where has my order gone to the realization that at least half of them are past and we're trying to be trapped into a soul box.
Yeah, they're in bottles, in bottle form.
Yeah. But also
Bowls.
birthing a new order of your own, order of Ghost Slayers of your own with your 5 recruits that you currently have.
Right.
But yeah, how about Lucy? How's the story for him from where he's come, from where he's going?
I mean, I've been around for 3 years, like, you know, a lot of us have. And I've just been enjoying the ride. And getting Nicole on has just been such a pleasure. You really brought your A game.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah,
I like
for
it.
real.
You told me I have Moxie.
You do.
You got Moxie,
I
kid.
got
You got
Moxie.
Moxie, and you're working on your panache. Chutzpah, you have for days.
You got some chutzpah.
Thank
Not worried
you.
about that one?
Gumption covered.
Yeah, that department.
Yep.
Don't worry about that one. No, I love where we're at right now. I'm kind of, as far as Lucian goes, a little, not torn, but we were trying to, our group was trying to help me close that kind of chapter in my life and figure out what happened in the hour and a half that we were gone, which turned out to be a year that we were, that Pickles and I were gone. And my order disappeared. Everything that I knew and had grown up with was just gone.
Yeah.
And I was just gonna have to deal with it, but then I met these two. I already knew that one.
You lost that. So yeah, just to clarify that for anybody that doesn't know, that hour and a half that turned into a year, that was actually a campaign we had done when we were testing the validity of the studio space and the table, and so we had a one shot. It was a jaunt into the Feywild that we made canon, and so we actually started with some of the characters from that one shot. Pickles was in there. Lucian had created the spell to hold off the time magic, but it was removed by the Hag Anti-Bruja. So, like that little mini campaign in between ending our digital chapter 1 and the start of our live studio chapter 2. Actually, we used as canon to have kind of like our own lore that even we have access to that then spilled out into the world around us. So we've got that opportunity with both Pickles and Lucian, where it's like there is these like that game that happened, that the rather large events that occurred within that space are canon and give us like another dimension for storytelling, I think. In the sense of like, I tell you guys everything, the audience hears everything, but there is like an actual existence of knowledge and experience that occurred beyond when the audience was seeing it. And so I think it's like fun little tidbits to, obviously you can tell as much of that as you want, but there's still just like this, you two go a little farther back than everybody else.
I mean, only slightly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Only
by
slightly.
An hour and a half.
An hour, and then however long
And then
it
like
took
the rest
for
of the
us
day to get there. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
Which is so funny because I'm sure we're like, so that was weird, right?
It was a big hour though.
Right,
Remember?
it's like-
it was like he went through an anthill
A
with a
lot-
bomb and like
lot
there was
happened.
there was all kinds of stuff.
yeah, the
So-
boggles.
Yeah, the boggles.
Gay.
Gay.
Oh, the
Gay.
blood balloons?
Gay. With the blood balloon. Yeah, the blood balloon,
balloons.
water balloon fight. That was my tutorial combat.
And then
scenario.
What a clever
The
way.
chained angel with
Yeah.
the seared
The
name.
Dave that played.
Changle. The
Changle.
Changle.
Yeah, there was a dead angel as well. So yeah, the with where you're at. So we know it's like Brandomir's spirit's now been freed, but he's where he goes from there is not known. But there is still the rest. The Necrocores don't account for the amount of. I think there was 40 of you, and they have like 25 of them or something. So
we got some bottles to uncork and
Yes.
hopefully find some answers. But
and a necromancer of great power to assist you in communicating.
and
with
also
that
the
soul.
smartest guy any of us ever fucking know.
With those suspenders.
Yeah, and he's also a snappy dresser.
Yeah.
Hey.
Say snappy?
That's why I said it.
So
the left one.
Ah, the nipples.
for me, again, this is like a nice opportunity for me to check in as well. Like, this notion of building a new order, I realized it skirts a line that we walked with Thoricus already. Thoricus starting the Raqqa and the changing the Burakan soldiers and everything. So but I feel like the relationship between these two, like the order of the Ghost Hunters is kind of like a very specific group. It's not a gathered army or anything. But how much of like that idea, the restarting your own order, as opposed to finding out what happened to your last order, which of those two would you say is more important to Lucian?
Start a new one. Because as I've seen, even with that hour that passed that turned out to be a year, my order's gone. Everything that I knew is gone. There's nothing I can do about that. It's what it is, and those...
Unless you go faster. Then you turn back time. It's all
But those
Everything's
that have been there with me have still been with me, and I feel like we're trying to do the right thing by helping those that we think are in the right or whatever, or need the help, or less fortunate or whatever.
Yeah.
We help people. We help people.
How do you say?
How you say?
That's still one of the.
Help.
I'll smoke to that.
Smoke to that.
Smoke to that.
That's right. We haven't smoked in a while.
I mean, just all night. No, awesome. Again, it's like, if you guys have any thoughts, questions, or anything for any of the guys, feel free to shout them out. This is, again, I just think it's really important to hear a character story from their own mouth, their own. Hey, what's up? We got a first-time chatter. Hey, yo!
We had one earlier, Captain Anderson something.
Captain Anderson.
Right?
Captain.
There's numbers
He
after
started,
it.
I think, just a couple weeks ago. Welcome in. I ain't got that one. What is that?
We got Dom Keeb.
Dom Keeb Z70. Classic Dom Keeb.
Classic.
So yeah, I always like this. Again, that's kind of like one of those extensions of we're telling a story about an entire global narrative, and so it's like the idea of this order where they would reflect for the story that follows. That's really fun storytelling, I think, as well.
I agree. So the order. I was supposed to come up with a name for it.
Yeah, you gotta come up with your name. It's like the temple name or the order name.
Shamir met Thoricus.
Shamira
did meet Thoricus.
Cool.
He's real old now.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yo, you guys
Roasted.
will still meet. There's a Thoricus in Ganjaria.
Indicus Empire?
There is a
Indicus
Thor.
Empire.
There
Yeah,
is.
he's the king of the Indicus Empire.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Is he,
The walls that were built in front of Sativan were built by Thoricus Onyx Heart.
Yeah, they
Well,
were.
what the fuck is going on then?
I said, hey, yeah.
I think that's as much as we can. Hey, how do you say? What's happening?
What?
What is it now?
What's what?
I don't know what the length is, but I have to find it out so we can skirt that line so much.
That's it.
We just got like 40 different. They're like, that's hey ya. That's a lot of
It's
It
all
just
All right.
beeped out like on everything.
What's that name?
Okay, so where did I was just looking for it.
Drum roll.
Bort roll.
Oh wait, what's in the back?
He's
Oh
rolling
right,
Bort.
okay.
He's hauling Bort. Bort's one. Bort goes back. It's like you could be been a fan of our show for a while now and still don't really know the Bort
They
joke.
keep saying Bort.
Why do they Bort all the time?
I had a
Hola.
bunch of different names for it that I've been trying to
We can
come up with,
crowdsource. I
and
love it.
yeah, it's all right. I think I chose the one that I want to go with just because it matches our Ganjaria theme. It kind of matches the process that you go through to become a ghost slayer or whatever our new order is going to become
Yeah.
and be named. Which I guess I got to come up with that name next too.
Yeah, that's probably
Thank you for that. I just saw that one coming
like
a
names.
mile fucking away. But. So the name of the training area, I guess, or whatever the fuck we're gonna call it, is gonna be the grinder, because it it breaks you down
Awesome.
and turns you into the thing that you're supposed to be. So yeah, for all the new recruits, can be like, yeah, just report to the grinder.
Like it.
The grinder.
It's canon.
Badass.
I'm looking for my grinder. It's right there. We can move
See?
on. Dude, I love it. But yeah, you're right. Now that we've got that, eventually we're going to need a name for that Ghost Slayer order instead of the Order of the Ghost Slayers, which is what it used to be. But we can come back to that.
We will have to.
Welcome to
This
the grinder.
grinder is from peachfuzz. Let me just make sure I got it right. It's peachfuzz.co. It's cute as fuck. It's little. Let's get baked. It looks like
a
so
little
cute.
cake. It's a little
And I have a sticker, too.
Yeah,
Oh,
I got it. My friend
love
from
that.
Shitty Craft Club ordered me a little fun box from there.
Oh,
from
fun.
peachfuzz.co. It's dope. They got cute little weed stuff.
Yeah. I love cute weed stuff.
I love cute weed stuff.
Cute ass
Cute
weed stuff. Come on.
Seriously.
Come on.
Come on.
Oh my God, All right. Yeah, it does. You ain't wrong. It smells so good in this room right now. For the getting hires, I feel like I just sit there and chain smoke, and then it's like 2 hours later, and I'm like,
Dude, yeah.
Oh,
Back
I'm
in the day,
super
we would just
suited
be
right now.
alone
alone.
afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we turn when we were digital, we would just turn everything off and be like, now I'm in a room super high.
right, by
so
myself.
hungry.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
so hungry. Yeah. I hope
But
my
yeah.
roommates were cooking something.
We've got, but yeah, keep that. That's the next. Think about what you might want to name your Order of Ghost Slayers.
Yeah.
You don't have. That's the next project. I gave you time to come up with this. You get time.
Next level.
All right, next level. By level 9, I gotta come up with a fucking name.
But yeah, we pretty interesting. And again, like I like this concept, this idea of trying to communicate with the dead spirits that are just kind of floating around in those jars. And yeah, hanging out with the necromancer certainly has its advantages. So cool, man. I love it. I love the grinder. That's a phenomenal name.
I mean, I still want to find out what's going on with the original order,
Yeah.
but it's not nearly as important to me as what we're doing now because, like Nicole said, I feel like all of our shit's connected in some way. Them being gone after an hour or whatever in the Fae, it being a year, but that's still, they were around for,
Yeah.
40 or 50 or however many years before then, and in 1 year they're just fucking gone.
Yeah.
So there's something that's connecting that to everything else that's going on.
Yes.
Sexy birds and
Sexy
whatnot.
birds. Never
Sexy
forget
birds.
the sexiest birds.
Sexiest
WeeDnD
birds.
has them.
I can't wait to talk to them.
Come on.
Calm down. All right, which brings us to our lowest roll of 2. But also, this is the second campaign that Pickles on Wii has played, having been in Chapter 1
Yeah.
and now Chapter 2. Pickles, where you've come from and where you're going is the longest existing narrative in our show right now. As you have both journeyed the lands of Sativan and now the Kush Kingdoms and the Feywild and Shadowfell in between. So, quite a lot of change in the
And
Pickles
also,
on
who
Wii.
knows where else because of how long Pickles
Correct.
has been alive.
These voids in your memory space where a great amount of time seems to have gone by. So that's to me is like how, again, the Sativan, we kind of joked around like bubblegum fantasy, a little bit of just like, there would be unicorns and extravagant magic around and, like.
I knew a red lady.
Yeah, there was a little red lady with a
Yeah,
tail.
guy.
Yeah, a mole man,
I knew
mole folk, a little mole
Yeah,
folker.
Molefolk. I knew all sorts of
A
people,
clown
yeah.
man who
That's
you knew in
why Pickles
childhood.
was so unfazed because he's like, well, I don't know, okay, like everyone. He's just like, okay, like that's why he's
Yeah.
so accepting. He's just like, well, yeah.
I've seen it all, yeah.
I'm a fucking teddy bear, so
Yeah.
all right.
There's like, yeah. There's a badger that tried to
I've
kill
done
us. Like,
how you say acid.
Yeah. Pickles is like, I hung out with a clown man. Like, this is cool. Like, everything is fine.
hair all burned, covered in blood.
fucking covered in blood.
And that's when
yeah.
I knew the clown man.
I was owned by like maybe a vampire family. Like I'm just like so
The nades are kind of creepy. Yeah,
the
kind of a
nades are,
weird.
Like, I had like goth family. Like,
Yeah.
I have this theory that my gaps in memory are me committing murders because like why would I know how to do so much shit?
Right.
Like I have this like thought that maybe that's the case. Is
Yeah.
like Pickles has these gaps in memory when he wasn't being used for his he was like a Terminator. He's
Yeah.
like turned on. He's like
Sits up.
Just a little sleepy time agent.
so when he sleeps, he's not sleeping. Yeah. Yeah,
He's a sleeper agent.
Yeah.
My God.
That's really good.
That's too good.
But yeah, so that's like the thought that I have is that he was just used for some terrible, awful, like, war crime. So, like, there's this. Be great if, like, someone somewhere knew of him on the other side of Ganjaria, and they're like, holy shit! Like, he's like John Wick.
Yeah. We thought you were out.
It's the Baba Yaga! Like, running away, and Pickles just, he didn't know. Like, no, I'm just a French citizen.
No, I work with kids.
Yeah.
Covered in blood and burned.
Why are you smoking all the time? Like,
Yeah, what's going on? Yeah, there's just
the cloud man, yes.
just to keep my hands
And you go to a place called France.
Yeah. Fuck.
Where France is real and you're there.
France is real.
And
Yeah.
all your flashbacks, they're just black and white.
Just
French films
murdering
of
people.
murder.
Yeah.
Oh my god, amazing. Just
I want to
red
make those. We need to
somewhere.
make those.
But the
Like a
longest
hint of
time that he didn't have a weird blackout was with the nades, like, or it was with Sarah.
Yeah, your time with
Sarah's,
Sarah.
like the longest, like Alyssa to Sarah, like it was all that, but it was definitely like Sarah was the longest. So now he's like, that's why he was like goofing off, like, I guess I'll just hang
Go
out
to
with
the
kids.
woods.
Because he didn't get sent out anywhere because no one's told him to go anywhere. So he's like, well, I guess I'll fucking go
Yeah,
to
the
thing.
man of the house
Yeah.
was gone, and
Yeah.
as you've reflected in some of your visions, he was not a nice guy.
No, he kind of sucked. Yeah.
And so, like, some really pretty horrible guy.
Yeah, he was
in all reality.
Maybe a vampire?
Maybe
I don't
just
know.
he has like a bunch of weird like equipment on his body and stuff. He's a strange person.
Fucking weird. He needs blood to live? I don't know. So
Who needs
yeah.
blood to live?
Yeah, blood.
Who needs blood to live? Like, it's
how-
crazy.
Well, Pickles up until recently didn't think he
That's
did.
true.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, if you haven't seen the like one of the early, it was either episode 1 or 2 of chapter 1, I highly recommend it because there is a sequence of things that occur in this little stretch that I think is like one of the funniest encounters. Like suddenly all these weird animals get summoned from the Feywild and Pickles is bleeding and like walking away, like smoking, talking to yourself. Like it was just so much fun. There was like this little brilliant visual space.
Is that the flumps?
Yeah, the floops, yes,
floops.
the wild magic surge that summoned all the floops.
And then the rock grubs.
The rock
were
grubs, that's-
inside him and exploding out of him, and he was just like, "What the fuck
Gary-
is going on?" Yeah.
Gary put Pickles on the shield and just
in the fire,
onto the
you burned
campfire.
in the fire.
Sorry,
Oh my
buddy.
God. I honestly like if I had animation chops, I've always thought about like that's literally like a little 10-minute short of just like it's nonstop. Like everything that happens is just hilarious all the way to the resolution. It was, but yes, again, I'm just getting like lost in WeeDnDs of old.
Yeah.
I'm getting all sentimental.
I'm getting all sentimental and
So yeah,
shit.
and then now you've been thrust into this like crazy, intrigue all over the place. Again, something strangely familiar about this location to you as well. You know that that you had that kind of strange connection with when you were first here. So
Now I also I have 10 charisma, so plus 0. So Pickles is not is just very forward, right?
Uh-huh.
Like, so it's not charismatic, but he's not confident. Like
Yeah.
he's confident, but he's like just weird, and most of the time people are put off by him immediately because he's a bear.
yeah.
So
And you have that really awesome interaction with Styx as well.
So
you know what I
he
mean?
walks
Like,
right up to anybody at the party because he's only been where he's been, so he's never really had to do this before.
Yeah, we
So
had
he's like,
joked
I guess
about that
everyone's
too. It's
fine.
like in this high intrigue. Like originally, remember there was a lot more. And again, I always say like go with your players. Like we had talked about that blog and stuff like that. But I think pretty quickly in playing, we were like, I don't know that step is necessary. We
Yeah.
kind of see how you're
can
being respected
simplify.
around the town. And it was like, maybe that was an extra step. And it's, we always say, kill your babies. It's like, that's one where it's like, you don't,
we
at
always
one
say.
point, I thought it was the greatest idea. And then it was like, oh no, this isn't serving
we
us.
always say
It
that?
still exists. We can still play. That's
your
as a
babies.
director, that's like my main.
Kill your
You just have to start killing babies until you make the thing that has to be made.
Kill your babies.
But yeah, so that was one thing we joked about. Like it was like almost hilarious. The idea of injecting a Pickles, like somebody that doesn't really see that facade of the social structures of conditions, and putting this little teddy bear Cuddle Forge into a place where.
Everyone's
Oh, we got a raid from Mark there.
Boom, 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 boom.
Thanks for joining us. What's that? Hey, yeah.
Every time you use it.
did it. Thank you so much for bringing people our ways, friends. So yeah, and now you have interacted with that kind of world set. You've now kind of started to see. Well, I did write down because honestly, this is one of those payoffs for me. The idea when you were like, we should eat it so it's not murder, and none of these characters know that. It's just that's one of those like that pays off if you watched chapter 1 alone. Like,
well, I'm so grateful that everybody is willing to play like we are playing pretend.
Yeah.
So it is fun to play pretend that you do not know things that you don't know.
Yes.
And we all
Yes.
see it. We're all watching it happen. We're all living it, right? So it's so funny for all of us to kind of just, you guys are willing to just play pretend because it's just way funner. Like,
Yes.
way more funnerous.
Way the most
Funnerous.
fun.
Yes.
Way the most more fun.
Yeah.
Yes.
That way. To just play the game. It's fun to play because I think that was something we talked about earlier too, is like losing is way fucking it's okay.
Yeah,
Just telling a story.
a bad roll
just
is
tell the
just
story.
another great
Like-
opportunity for storytelling.
I was on to the fact that there was something going on with Enra early on, but it's just way more fun to just like see what the fuck happens. Like,
Yes.
I actually at one point was like, if she is a hag, I will fucking. Oh no, she's probably just a changeling. Okay, cool. Oh my god! But I literally was like, I swear to
Yeah, she's
fucking
not a
God.
hag.
Not a hag.
Well, but I was like, if you're gonna like, because I was like, I don't know how long Nicole can hang out. Like,
They know
you
too much.
Oh god. So I was like, but if she's a fucking hag, I was like, lose it. I was like, oh thank God, she's just okay. It's part of the storyline. Oh Jesus. Okay, cool. I'm just gonna be like, I'm gonna follow you around. Hee.
Yeah.
And I know that she has a brother, but I haven't brought that up yet, and they don't know that.
Correct. Yes.
Well,
Except for
Yeah, her brother
Well,
in the ranks of the House
I
of
guess
Stag.
we didn't until now.
You didn't watch the stream.
No.
They didn't watch it.
You didn't even watch the stream.
No.
Watch it.
Well, you don't know anything about this brother.
No, it's never
right.
brother.
You know
Did you say
nothing.
brother?
Yeah.
And also we're brothers.
And also, we're brothers.
You haven't
We're
watched it yet
brothers.
since we got kicked out?
No.
Yeah, me neither.
I made a,
When we got kicked out,
I made a vow that I wouldn't.
yeah, no, same.
She doesn't
It's
have
like-
a brother. She's a changeling.
If it was
Yeah.
supposed to be a
Changeling.
secret, it's supposed to be a secret. I'm not even gonna watch that
It's fun
episode.
to play.
Exactly what you're talking
You
about.
don't
It's
know
like
exactly
Drew and
what
Jake
you're
know, but Mark and Lucian,
They don't know.
No, nothing.
They know
But if
nothing.
you don't.
even Drew and Jake don't know
What if they
everything.
do know this?
Everybody's hags now.
Bro, damn it!
Everyone's
And
ag.
also,
brother, ag.
we're hags.
So we're
Yeah.
hags.
Ag.
We're hags.
Sorry, guys.
Deep
Also,
Space Nine,
we're
why are we
hags.
talking about it? Because I love it so much.
Changelings can have siblings.
Yeah, Deep Space
Deep
Nine.
Space, not.
Okay, but yes. Let's talk about Deep Space. Everybody leave if we're just going to talk about Deep Space Nine because it's my favorite. I'm so sorry. I got thrown off. But yes. So and then now Pickles, you kind of are you know it's that is that bitch. It's that fucking. It's the same anti-Bruja that has like kind of come in to say that it stole a year from you in your jaunt through the Feywild. And so that's interesting to me is like now you've seen this Lord of Lost Time vision in the other place. You've seen these Cuddleforge. Where does Pickles see Pickles Force pushing itself into the future?
Okay, well, I have to figure out how to reopen the door to Death's door. And I'm not seeing Divot there, I guess, or like he has no control over it.
Yeah, it seems strange.
Yeah.
The domain, which is usually, the domain of death, which is very proficient, and, he plays this card game, and the souls continue to move. There's now been quite a few signs of strange things, including the unresting army, as well as this strange vision that you saw of the Cuddleforge souls not being allowed admittance to Divot's domain,
Yeah.
with the blight encroaching upon them.
Yeah, so the blight is also still an issue, and the nug, the mega nug.
Yeah,
that is-
Kushara.
The Kushara is, the soil is poisoned most likely by the blight that is being summoned by the hags.
The fucking Bruja.
And, yeah, but there's not
Their
just the-
coven, yeah.
Their coven
Yes.
is summoning this because they are assholes.
That's
Pretty
the
much.
general vibe.
They're talking about bringing back the true queen.
Well,
Titania.
Tatiana.
Tatiana.
Tatiana Titania.
La Tatiana. Yeah, okay, cool. Okay, I'm just making sure I have a graph.
Yeah, no,
on what's
you're
going
pretty
on.
much right on there.
Cool.
And you have noticed that there is some strange, like, whereas, usually all the undead and evil things are all on the same team, there is some kind of division between Anti-Bruja's intentions and the fallen unresting king, the Wrath of Sagalthor's, if that's who he is. It's like she has cursed their people, and they were obviously dealing with some stuff. So it's like, even there is division even amongst the enemies of the living currently.
Well, there's like a bunch of stuff going on that, like, with Pickles going, like, you all, like, it reminds me of, the scientists now being like, literally the earth is dying. I don't know why you all, like it's, there's that gif, I, like, was explained this, like, part of the Kardashians where, Kim dove off a thing and lost a diamond earring, and then was like crying about it, and then her sister was like, "People are dying, Kim. Like we're in the Maldives. Like, relax." So it's that kind of thing where Pickles is literally like, "People are dying." Like, it's that meme. Like, people are dying, guys. Like, I don't know what the fuck we need to be doing, but now Pickles is more aligned with the fact that there is things happening here now.
Yeah.
That can be taken care of to maybe help, and hopefully killing this hag that I just punched, head exploded, will be a good, like, start to that, like, at least here. I need to figure out how to stop at least to Kushara, because I have no information about what's going on with Satiban, really, now that I've been gone for so long, and they didn't open their gates again.
2 years.
But, like, why would they open it if it's not gotten better?
If the encroaching, the blight is spread even more.
If I haven't come back and shit's not happening, like, they're probably not going to open it. Or they're dead from the inside.
It's all stairs. Gary's just killed them all.
That's exactly what I was going to say. It's like, they put the keyhole of some stairs, and the only one who has the key is Gary.
I like this up.
And he's like,
He's falling back.
oh, darn.
Oh, Gary just could not pass a stair-related skill check. Yeah. This was the day.
What a boss fight.
Yeah.
It's kind of like an all signs point to hag at this point.
Yeah.
Because we have the curse of the seething, where even the unresting are getting fucked with by hags. Because the king made a deal and got a bum one.
Right. It's making them go against the
Their own.
arresting, too. So, like, the hags are just
And
trying
it
to
took out
uproot
Funyuns.
everything.
And
Funyuns was
unforgivably
taken.
evolved. Took out Funyuns.
That's the real
bring
end
him
of this
up,
quest,
you
the
can't.
revenge of Funyuns.
Revenge of Funyun.
It reopens the wound.
The wound shit mirror is so
I'm sorry,
hurt.
guys.
So sad.
Sorry, I didn't
Mrs.
mean to bring
Funyun
up
so
Funyun.
much. Every time.
You can't say his
Skeleton
name.
named
Yeah.
Reynolds, and he died.
I'm sorry.
So we could have revenge.
I was just talking about.
I'm just saying.
No, I said it again. I said it again.
But yeah, so I don't know. Pickles is like Pickles is trying to find the next hag. I think at this point, like, Pickles is on a hag hunt.
One of these hags is not lying.
Yeah. And Pickles is on themselves a hag hunt. They are here to fuck around and find out, like, one pep at a time.
Yeah.
Part of me picking up this mage hand kind of ability was like, it's like, I'm trying to get all my skills so I can be like Puffy the Hagpire Slayer.
That's the next spinoff.
Yeah.
You got Six Sticks and Digby and
Dixie
Space.
Buffy.
And then Buffy.
Yeah, I think I just want to start getting these hags now that I'm, like, aware of how fucked up they are, and because I broke one of the bitch's stones.
Shattered a
I was
heart
like,
stone.
I was so angry, and I'm so grateful you let that happen.
Yeah.
'cause
No, to me, just like, again, having played 3.5, where it was like, there's no other monster that they were like, and here's a really expensive thing they have. But for some reason, Night Hags, they were like, they have this Hearthstone, it is worth 10,000 gold. Like,
I
and
will
so
break it,
it's
yeah.
not worth 10,000 gold in 5e. They don't.
No.
There's not that same caveat, but like, it is just one of those D&D core memories that I have that like, oh, Hearthstones are that's 10,000 gold, and you were like, I'm gonna break it, and I was like, yeah, do it.
Wait.
It's just little shards.
I'm just
Right.
Pickles is getting more and more like Divot.
Yes.
Every
Yeah.
day.
That's it. We just that's or like every new season there's a new death.
Yeah.
New death.
It's like, all right, Brandon, you're doing the same thing again. And then Drew's training a new order of an old order, but he's found honor within the path of
Wait,
emotion.
don't give them all the similarities. Let
Yeah.
them figure it out.
Can you imagine if you died though, and there's just a little teddy bear, like blank, just
Like, hello. You don't
I'd be down with that, honestly. As opposed to the black void of nothingness. Like, yeah, I'll take the little
Oh
teddy.
my god, and now I have more of a shove. If you don't shove me now.
You don't shove again.
Yep. Thank you
You're
for
welcome.
saving us.
All right, I have one last kind of question. It is about the table mat. So we've talked a long time. Obviously, when we played digitally, I used to make these rather extravagant maps, and there was just this like little art thing I would do every week. But I also think they like overpaint the picture a little bit and take away the ingenuity of imagination, where you're like, is there a table I can do this thing off of, rather than like, I see there's not a table there, so I'm not going to think of a cool thing I could do with it, you know? And so I always like kind of a more vague, this is how I play D&D when I play at a table with my friends and stuff, the way we've grown up. Like, there's a loose idea of the distances because abilities have distances.
Right.
But it's more, I mean, it's pretty, like, it's lo-fi for sure. It's hand drawn in real time. Hey, this is what you see. This is what's here. There's a thing here. Like, how has that been for you guys? And as you know, if any of our buds that are hanging around still, you know, is it strange? Is it jarring? Do you prefer this style of play? Do you miss the maps? Like that, I just as a DM am like rigorous, like it's crazy interested in that. So, how has it been for you guys? Like we just did a full dungeon on a drawn hand grid map.
I think it's really fun because it also kind of brings back like being a kid and like, I don't actually have this thing, but I'm gonna make this thing this, and this is gonna be this, and it just like makes you be more creative and makes
Right.
your imagination work more, I
Like
guess.
black box shows.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, okay, you gotta see what they're doing and then you create it in your own mind.
Yeah.
And this is way more comfortable to me because that's what we didn't have computers and shit. It was all books and writing down, erasing shit and having to keep track of. So that's comfortable to me. I liked having the Roll20 stuff with the maps and all that. I thought you made some beautiful maps. I think that if there's a specific area that you want to take us to, maybe you could make a map
like
or
yeah,
something
like a
that.
high,
But
yeah.
you know, have us be the inside of it, draw it down there, make it simple,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
see what we can do and
Yeah.
describe it that way. But it's comfortable. I love it.
Yeah, the joy that I felt that day when I was like, it was like, the game was that night, and I came in here and I was like, and this is how big the thing
Right.
is. And there's a room here, and then I was like, I'm going to cover that room.
I love
see
that
what's
you
in the
knew
room.
sheets
I was like, that felt like when I was 12.
Yeah.
And we were just like, you know, we've had some really great offers from buds that have been like, hey, can I, oh, what's up? Welcome in, coffee. We've had great offers of people being like, hey, I do terrain, and I can give you terrain and stuff. There's that. But I think for the most part, this is the space that entices me the most, and I like that idea too. Because if I'm being honest, a lot of the best DM that I have, my friend Marcus, is just like, that is kind of how it is. It's like very blocky, it's very this and this, until big set pieces. And then he has these incredible drawings and stuff. And scenic image maps was like where I really started having fun telling a story with the image. So I might find a little, oh, what's up? Come into house. I gotta stop doing it. I can't. It's not the dungeon witch. Shit, that actually is true. And so as far as like, do you feel like your combat abilities and everything are fairly represented on a grid like this? Like, it seems like the narrative, you guys have told hilarious and great compelling stories through the combat, so it's like, it doesn't seem to be stifling your imagination at all.
Well, the simplicity of what's presened to us gives us the ability to build upon what we see in our own minds.
And do stuff like this.
You're on the other side, yeah.
What? Choose a feet or key.
So great.
All right.
Oh man, wait, do we heal and get our shit back when we level up, or are you gonna?
Okay,
Are
so
we gonna have
normally no. But not to give too much away, the next narrative beat would involve like access to a long rest mechanic. And rather than slow down the process of the game as we go, I'm comfortable giving you guys the long rest now.
Oh, because Shamira needs a nap, man. She
I was gonna
needs
say,
a nap.
I can just
That's why I
call my
wore this
carriage.
shirt today.
From where we are now,
Life is
and take
better with
everyone
naps.
back.
Yeah.
It's like riding in an RV.
Yeah, and it's I do have a tendency to like push through super hard on like, well, let's keep going, keep going, keep going. There is a point where like you need to like long rest and get your abilities back.
Like,
Seriously,
I'm
we
gonna die.
We are on fucking fumes,
Please.
dude.
I've used all my potions.
Yeah, you'll get all your hit points back, all your special class abilities, your spell slots, and everything will be full.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm just during that time. I can't wait.
Yeah,
Narratively, you know.
that's kind of why I like. We'll do it mechanically. You guys will get that here, but you know, like in the game, it'll be through a thing we will explain narratively rather than the mechanical is happening. You're getting the long rest. The narrative is what we'll focus on during that time. So that way you guys we can keep telling you a dumb story. Technically, using predefined maps, what I can add to the immersion can take away from the potential spontaneity the theater of the mind session can provide.
Theater in the back.
That is
of my
absolutely true.
mind.
Theater of
Let
the
it be
mind.
town. Thank you so much. Thanks for that lurk.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, no, absolutely. And I think I've talked a little bit. Indicus Empire is far more grid-based in the narrative. Like it's a more of a Conan style story that we'll be telling. And so I think it'll layer strongly into battle mechanics and things like that. And I think this specific, like the narrative drive of even our combat so far in this campaign, I think it just supports it better. I might screw around and throw a weird terrain on there or something, or, you know, it's like, but again, it's all just time. And it's like, I find you guys tell just as beautiful a story as a map that I spent 4 hours on. So, you know, when it's all said and done, I think honestly, I talk about it all the time. Like, it's like, this used to be like, what are we doing? How are we doing it? What is it? And it's just like, I think we found like what this extension of the show is, and it's so comfortable. There's not like the stress related to the just like, what are we trying to, it's just letting the story tell itself, letting you guys steer a narrative in a world that I know is living around you. Like, and so I'm not so, you need to get to this thing by this point, and you guys can be like, well, that is actually the thing that's interesting to me. And where those two things combine is where I think this specific storyline has kind of thrived in my mind. So I did want to thank you guys because you're all just incredible. It's such a treat to get to play with you guys every Tuesday. I'm super crazy excited about kind of jumping into this next adventure. And I think that's probably where we're going to wrap this. What? Yes?
Didn't we want to see if Sean or
Yes!
Stephanie
Thank you
had
for
any
reminding me. We even
questions?
set up mics.
They got mic'd and everything.
They got Mike.
We got a mic over there.
Everything.
They're Mike.
Yes, actually, we were talking about how well, like Stephanie and Sean, Bunch Party and Chat as well, are people that, like, if you know me, so much of what I talk about is this and the story, and they're people I can tell my secrets to, and like, so they have heard me talk about this so much. And so when we were talking about this, I said, hey, why don't we have a mic back there as well? You're welcome to come in or stay back there, whatever you guys would prefer. And have you guys maybe ask any things that jump to your mind. So let's do that. I think that's valuable. And
If you have anything.
If you
No
have any.
pressure.
No pressure.
Do we have any questions? I guess the question would be, what has been when you start planning your session? What's your favorite thing to go at? What's your favorite thing to go at first? Like planning the story at it, or like I don't know. Like what's your favorite thing to start? When you go at it?
I have learned. I utilize my own bastard. Yeah, great question. My own bastardized version of the Return of the Lazy Dungeon Master Sly Flourish's rule set, which changed campaign prep from this 8-hour thing, producing mostly masturbatory content that doesn't actually matter to my players. But I'm like, ooh, look at the cool idea I have. And it puts character-centric first. So literally the first thing you do when you're about to prep in the kind of game that I run now is you reflect on each character. You go, where are they at? Where have they been? What did they just learn? Where are they at in their heads? And then there's like a little trick where if you want to be ready for improvised narrative, but also be ready to pull compelling things out, have a story hook that may or may not happen, and they change every week, for every single character. And that doesn't need to be a well thought out thing. It can literally be like a person from their past connects with them. A family member visits. It's like so you've seen some of them in action in the show, actually. And so it's where it's like, okay, there are times where the narrative flow, okay, well, we need to get information from these guys, and that takes time and all this stuff. So there's this other thing kind of layered underneath it. That's where the secret cards and knowing your characters, putting your characters forward, only prepping what matters to your characters, and then being ready to improvise the rest. I've never had more fun running a game, and I've never felt like I'm playing D&D as much as I have running games this way. Like I have player fulfillment after DMing a game, and I wouldn't say that was the case before. And so yeah, I super recommend at least looking at those rule sets, because I can prep a fulfilling game in 30 minutes probably now, where to feel I would have that level of game prepared before, I'm not kidding, it would be at least 8 hours of a week, making a detailed map and coming up with all the 3 possible branches that they could go, and then often in Virtue 3 more branches off each of those branches, and to feel like I was prepped enough to support a narrative that could go many directions. Now it's like I can, because I have a world. I designed a world that's living, and I know what all those people are doing.
And
then your effect is actually I don't know what you guys are going to do. So my living world is now responding off of your narrative, pushing through it, and it's like a ride for me. Like I have answers in lore that I don't necessarily know the answer for, that have been answered in the virtue of the expression through that world. And so that's, again, I know that was a really lofty way to say a lot. Like that was a lot of words, but it's the simple concept is like start with your characters, what matters to them, build from there. Prep only enough until you feel ready to improvise, and stop and focus on your characters. That's this new way of running a game that I have adopted to. Like I would say I wasn't that when I started WeeDnD. If you want to see kind of a different, forcing you guys down roads that I had prepared, there was some of that.
Yeah.
It was helpful for people that were like, I'd only played a couple times, and Drew played like a long time ago, and Abby had never played, and you never played. Abby played I think once.
Gus had a couple games under his belt.
A bunch, But Gus knew a bunch.
Yeah.
And then, so it's just that you knew a ton, and we kind of just were trying to figure it out as we go, because we were also trying to figure out what the show was.
Yeah.
So it needed some hard direction to then I don't know, what's that, 10,000 hours? You just had to get those 10,000 hours in of just doing the thing and continuing to do that, so that it does feel like you can just do it. So it's like reps, I feel like, too. Just DM games and continue doing it, or write stuff, or do whatever.
Yeah, and it's like, again, it's like, trust me, like every DM is going to have their journey differently. And I feel like maybe I sandbag my own older style a little bit. Like there's no wrong way to do this. Like as long as your players are having fun and you're having fun. The only reason I mention it so passionately is it's like, this is a game I loved for a long time, and I wish that I had known that earlier. Like it's like, yes, it's fun to sit around and work on the economic system of your city, because having that level of depth in your lore makes a more robust product, but we're not writing Lord of the Rings. It's like I don't need to know what the Bank of Rivendell runs off of, unless a player asks me, and then we make it up, and now that's the answer. But it's based on what the player wants, and so rarely is that what I feel like a lot of DMs spend so much of their time on, without realizing that it's actually not. It's not only not helping sometimes, but it can kind of get you what your players want when there's so much information, which is, in my opinion, as a DM, maybe the best thing to focus on. If you just want your players to engage or play the game and they seem to be enjoying it, dope. Run it that way, whoever that is. All players are different. They're at million different tables. And as long as the players are engaged and having fun, amazing. But this was just my, running headfirst into quite a few walls for a long time, and then finding this method and being like, oh crap, no, this is kind of it, at least in the way that I run games.
That's just good improv. Good improv is offering things to the table, all of us doing that, instead of working around the scene. It just makes, or writing beforehand, what you think should happen.
Yeah.
Because then you get all locked up in that nose and all that kind of stuff. So it's better to just offer things to the table, make big swings, and then take information off of that.
And you guys are great at that too.
I
like,
disagree
it's like
completely.
No.
No.
But
But I have a question. Do
But-
I?
Yeah.
no, completely agree. I just think it's odd, or not odd, but kind of funny to see. This is what we always, or not we, but you had always intended this to be, but that's not what life threw us, and we had to figure out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You had everything in detail. This is how it's going to go. This is how many people are going to be in it. This is how many times a week we're going to do it. This is the cast. This is the story. And then life was like, oh yeah, you can do none of that.
Yeah.
Go now. Put a show on now.
Yeah.
And we figured out how to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
We fucking did.
Yeah.
Well, life was throwing us fucking curveballs the whole time. So I think you're right. This is the best way to play this game, because that's how fucking life
Dude, and
is.
lighters up to all the incredible people that have helped construct
Fuck
this.
yeah.
in that
Over
space.
3 years.
And been
Over
with us
3
the whole
years.
time. And
That's
are
whenever I
still
talk to
showing
people
up.
in the creative space, that's the thing they can't believe, is that they're just like, I don't know where you found these people that are willing to like stay attached to this thing for this long. And it's like, believe me, I don't ever want that to go like unnoticed. Like I'm so appreciative of your guys' time. That's why I want to give you the best D&D game. Like if the very least I can give you is like one of the best versions of my favorite game, and we all get to have fun and tell cool, compelling stories, then that's dope. And then to see people like Titty Prime running games, and like to see the, you know, whatever the experience of the show has spilled out into the minds of people. We're all about creativity and just telling good stories and having fun, loving your friends, loving yourself. And so it's been a treat to do it for this time.
So, lighters?
Lighters? Lighters?
I actually think that's kind of the perfect place to wrap up, if you ask me. Oh wait, I'm sorry, Steph. Did you have a question? No. Okay. No, she's been involved in chat as well. So, but if you do, I'll give you another chance. You can ask me. I'll tell you anything.
He will. He'll literally tell you anything.
Tell her anything.
He loves her
Guys,
so much.
honestly, thanks to my players for helping tell such amazing stories. It's like such a treat to see these, 4 awesome stories, and then a story on top of that, and then the world story and the kind of overarching story since the Ferocious 5. It's great that we have such wonderful friends that will stay and hang out with us as we get higher and checkpoint for season 2. We absolutely love you guys. We love our studio team. Thank you, Sean and Stephanie, for holding
Love
it
you guys.
down.
Stay for the raid.
Stay for the raid this time, because we always forget to say it. People are always so friendly and bring their raids our way. It is the least we
And
can do.
tune in to oh Jesus Christ! I want to make sure I just get everything.
It's like
correct.
Tony Blue 87.
wanna
Tony
get
Blue
it
87.
right. Yeah, because we
Could not remember the number.
we are. Oh my God! Hold on, I'm pulling
Extra Life's
it
coming
up.
up fast, huh?
Extra Life is coming up crazy fast. So
Yeah,
Tony
it's the
Blue
first.
87. I am taking on
I can do
doing
this.
an Extra Life like donation. You can donate to me, and then it helps me and Nicole and all these guys all at the same time to reach the goals, because we're trying to donate everything to the Dignity Life, the St. Rose Dominican Hospitals
Yes.
for children.
There we go.
And so we're doing that, all this really fun stuff. He's been playing through things and getting his stream together. It's July 1st. I'm going to be there the full 24 hours.
Full 24.
These guys are probably going to come around later in the evening or extremely early in the morning.
Yeah.
If they're
One of
if
each.
If you're nasty.
If you know.
If you need.
So we're figuring that out, but at least Nicolaj and I will be in the morning,
Yes.
afternoon time
Yes.
first, because we have morning murders going on. So please join that stream. Join us. We're going to be playing
There's a
video games
lot.
for like 24 hours. Like, just come check on me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be worth.
make sure I'm
it'll be
okay.
worth it.
Come check on me. I'll be awake.
And I'm not going to be kind. Like, I'm going to roll in 2 to 4 in the morning-ish. And I'm going to, like, rattle your, like,
If
weary
you
brain.
literally, that's okay. We just need it.
I'll be in a giant teddy bear suit.
Just have to decide.
Using
better
telekinesis to
happen
carry
now.
myself
Like,
across the
whoa,
room.
yeah.
Big cigarette.
Giant cigarette.
Francis is free.
Is this what you wanted? Is this what you wanted? Skeleton
Yes,
hand.
I think yes. I
Bag of
actually
weed.
think so. Yes.
Bag of weed attack.
So yes, please join us. And then like in between now and July 1st, he's been playing through a bunch of old video games.
Yeah.
It's been really funny. And
Cut
he's,
quite a few of
Yeah.
them.
So please join him. Say hello and kiss. That's it.
All right, guys.
Now.
We do have us a little ritual we like to do around here.
more
Maybe
time.
you've learned about it, maybe you haven't. But we like to take a lighter like this Deep Roots Harvest one that I'm repping from my boy Tyler. Make sure we're not going to light any of our blooms, bloms, or household bleebies on fire. And go, Blighter's Blood.
Touch my blame.
Thank you guys so much for getting higher with us and for going through the checkpoint 2. We will be back with our main storyline next week, and let me tell you, it's gonna get spicy.
I can't wait.
Happy belated Father's Day, Daddy. Happy belated Father's Day, Papa.
Father's Day to all.
Thanks, guys. I'm proud of you, and I support you.
What's going on?
And I said,